25th. Hope you guys are having a wonderful summer in 2026. I take time from my busy schedule of travel, bitches, and money to respond to the Sneako question or the Sneako question. And this isn't one of those, I hate him, that's why I'm making one of these. It's more like if I spend a lot of time with someone, usually I have a lot of analysis on them. And if that helps other people's lives, I mean, that should be the goal. The goal should never be making fun of someone in a cruel way, even though I think that's how a lot of that evil, in the beginning, you make fun of Sneako and, he reinforces his darker ego and then it shatters. And then, he picks up the pieces and heals, hopefully. That's how we were supposed to see these things with, in the arena of selfish people. By arena of selfish people, I mean, who the people you're on earth around, the people you follow, like that usually like attracts like, and you're around your own kind of people. That's why if you know who Sneako is and you know him well, chances are you have some of his flaws. Um, but I'll go as far as saying, I want to keep this really short. I want to get back to what I have to do. I am a free man. I teach and empower young people through the philosophy of courage, which means being free, right? Free to even, free to even get hit by that oncoming obstacle. And everything I teach is, well, if you want to learn everything opposite to my position, just look at how Sneako lives his life. He's extremely unfree. What do I mean by unfree? I mean, he's tried many times to generate income in other ways, but he couldn't do it. And I don't think he failed because he's stupid. I think he failed because he didn't put enough effort into it, because obviously he's good at entertainment. Um, but again, there is something to be said. And Tyson Hockley, give me a fucking emoji if you can hear me, just so I don't mess this one up. Uh, yeah, guys, give me some emojis in the thing. So can you guys hear the microphone? I don't want to just jump in here, but I am going to jump in because we don't have time to waste. We don't have my time to waste because Sneako's like an ongoing thing. He's an evolution of a very scared little boy. I mean, I've tried every type of language to encourage Sneako to enter his higher self and or his higher ego and his confident body, but for as long as I could remember, I always had that thing in the back of my head saying this guy's a coward. There's something about Sneako that just he is not a clown because he wants to be. He doesn't want to beef everyone. Believe it or not, he loves getting along with people. It's just he always feels inferior. No matter what room he's in, he always feels inferior. And when I say spineless, I don't mean like, oh, this guy's a, piece of shit and that. I'm saying like he defended Tate's charges for years and switched on a dime. Do you know how fucked up you have to be? And I'm not saying he's always going to be this fucked up, but he's really stuck in matter. If you know how rotten a human has to be to defend someone charges 1,000 times in a row with energy. He defended the Tate brothers with energy, and he switched all that in one night and said maybe they are guilty. I mean, look at this evidence. And he started re-looking at the evidence. So what does that tell us? That this new Sneako is telling the truth, or that the old one was lying his ass off, or are they both deeply flawed individuals and Islam's just a mask? I mean, when we look at the Sneako analysis, you see a man who's only ever developed his persona and nobody even likes his personality anymore. Isn't that scary? The only thing you've developed is the thing that people don't really like. I mean, by like, I mean, how many people enter your chat when you're not beefing someone, right? Can Sneako get viewers if he's not talking down on people? No, because they use him as a mouthpiece to vent off their frustrations, but they don't actually connect with Sneako. Because I'll tell you the truth, man, he's he's really low. How do I say this, man? Sneako is at the lowest level of intelligence I've ever seen because he thinks his audience is dumb enough to where he can defend, Andrew Tate's rape charges for years and then turn on a dime. And he thinks, oh, they bought that shit, right? Same with, oh, defend Zherka. And now, well, I don't know. People are saying Zherka's like this. And it's like, dude, you're not, if you're at war, if you're on, if you're into online wars, keeping your position is the genuine way to go about it, even if you get flack for it. Like Zerka's opinion of Tate being a sleazy pimp doesn't change. As a dirty guy, I don't know what he did. He's just dirty, right? I'm not dirty. I'm very clean. My face is clean. Women love me. I have a good life. I have good money. I have good, all that, right? I would consider myself the top percentile for, especially if you look at for someone who's meant to be in jail, like someone who's breaking rules. Not that he's a bad person, but he doesn't like government rules. Like someone like me should really be behind bars, not living an awesome life, but my karma's really clean. And then you have someone like Sneako who he's always beefing people. I remember telling him years ago, I'm like, bro, I can't hang out with you because your aura bothers me. Your aura is ugly, it's misshapen, you have bad karma every which way. You know how I know Sneako has bad karma? Have you ever noticed, and I've said this many ways, in many different ways, hoping someone will understand it, because I'm not trying to be cruel, but you can tell someone has horrible karma like Sneako because he'll be a good-looking guy who gets no attractive women. That's horrible karma right there. Like she can sense his inner world is ugly, so she doesn't want to be around him. That's why you'll see a good-looking Sneako is that Walmart meme of a good-looking guy who will chase five out of tens for the rest of his life, right? Because they sense that he has a quarrelsome attitude, that no one wants to be around him. It's just, you can have a spiky inner world that's beautiful still. He doesn't have that. He has a brittle, broken, spongy, he reminds me of sea urchins, right? Like a sea urchin type of structure that smells bad, and just everything about him is rotten. And he even has the buttons he presses with toilet humor, which reflect his inner nature, is very childish. And toilet humor is what gets him off to the next, yeah, it gets him to where he's trying to go with his, what is it, his streams about putting down people that are above him. Has Sneako ever critiqued someone that he's actually above intellectually? Never, right? And it's mind blowing to me. That's like, dude, you're critiquing people who are Asmongold and Nick Fuentes would be laughing at you on a podcast. If he was in one of those debate podcasts, everyone would be laughing at Sneako, right? Because it's just like a kid who doesn't want to do the inner work, doesn't really know anything. I mean, you can tell Sneako's a raging imbecile, and I mean like really off balance imbecile. Because have you ever seen he'll have people on his streams to talk for him, and then he'll kick them off when he's done using them. And then he'll have me on like 12 streams in a row, like 6 hour rant. And I remember thinking, I'm like, is he ever going to talk on his own stream, or just he's going to do the transition words? And everyone close to me said, this guy operates kind of like a pimp. He doesn't do any of the work, he just collects half. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, well, how can you blame Sneako? He's an idiot. I'm gonna go. Me, John Zerka, is gonna go up to the idiot and say, "Speak more." I'm actually pretty. I kind of like this ordeal. Actually, let me speak. Let me take the youth to where I need to take them, and you can just do your funny little Islamic commercial that everyone laughs at, including Muslims. I guarantee, dude, there are Muslim females I know wrapped up in hijabs who laugh at him. They say he's a clown, and I'm like, it's really hard for me to partake in the hating of Sneako because I can never hate someone. I can only just distance myself from them in a weird way. Like he asked me 7 times to chill with them. He's like, doesn't have to be on camera. And I just remember thinking, like, that's gay, bro. Like now you're getting desperate to the point where it's like you need me to rub off on you. I don't want to rub off on you. My aura doesn't even want to be around yours. And I remember just giving him like therapy, a lot of therapy over the phone. Because I could tell he doesn't listen to anyone, and I could tell that I can do anything Sneako's trying to do with minimal effort. That 10 out of 10 bitch, I can take her with minimal effort. Sneako can't do that, right? I can make a shit ton of money disappearing from the internet. Sneako can't do that. He tried and failed miserably. And that's not me that's not me saying, "Oh, look, my business is better than yours." I'm not doing that. I'm saying he doesn't have anything people will pay for. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not an insult. I'm not insulting the guy like, "Oh, I'm doing better." There's Speed's doing way better than me. I mean, we can go to way bigger examples of rich people. We're not doing the money thing. I'm not flexing money, right? Even though Sneako's acting like someone who's broke. Like, did he lose money? Like, what happened? Why is he so unstable? We're not doing the money talk. I'm doing it's kind of interesting. And it's not interesting. It's actually embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing that Sneako's, if his programs outside of entertainment fail because nobody wants to hang out with him one on one, which is mind blowing to me because I'm like, you're the entertainer, bro. It's like if Zherka didn't have the entertainment energy, who the fuck would listen to my lectures? They'd be like, they're too dry, they're too abstract, it's just too tough to grasp. Thank God Zherka adds the jokes and the Dragon Ball and makes it fun for the youth. And then you got someone like Sneako who can do all that, but there's nothing in his inner world. There is no study. I mean, besides the study of camera lenses and that kind of like technical stuff, which I don't know how much you can count on that stuff. That stuff can't help you. I mean, and what I'm really trying to say is this is the therapy that I give Sneako. This is not hatred, is that Sneako needs to find a way to make money on the side so he can just go live when he's in a good mood because he's clearly just going live to pick beefs with people who are smarter than him. And I don't mean smart like in a little bit. I mean like Sneako is actually that guy crying out for help and nobody wants to put their hand in there because he keeps biting everyone's hand. And it's like, dude, shouldn't Islam chill you the fuck out by now? And I know exactly where he is. I have said this million times before, and this is like my therapeutic advice to Sneako would be find a way, even if it's Snapchat or whatever, find a way to get rich as fuck without having to entertain us because you suck at entertaining us. I mean, like, if you have to beef everyone all the time to the point where people are kind of like getting bored. Look how little views the Nick and Sneako beef is getting. Dude, a year ago, this would be blowing up. Now people are reluctantly clicking on the beef. They're slowly pressing it. Like, imagine that a year and a half ago, this would have been hot, trendy news. Now we're all just kind of bored of how stupid this idiot is. Guys, can you hear me? Yo, who is the eyes widder? They are sending $268. Hey, I think one of you guys are sending me $268 over and over and over again by accident. Eyes widder in the chat. Eyes widder. Anyone named Eyes widder? Uh, excuse me, it's Eyes Wizzer. Eyes Wizzer. Yeah, I think you fucked something up because you're donating to me $268 over and over again. And I haven't taken donations for years because I'm rich. You don't have to do that. Unless you're richer than me, then you have to do that. But it's very interesting. I was showing up. I'm being contacted right now, and it is Eyes Wizard in chat. There's no way you're sending me money if I'm not even live. Right? So I don't know how that works. Like, do you still have my Streamlabs or how does that even? I don't know how that works, but I'm being told to remind one of you guys. Um, and it's been years since I've. Wow, it's been years. I don't count. I guess we don't count the Jack Neal stuff, and yeah, I have to touch the public just in case some people are like really rotting in matter and need to hear it. But I can't think of anyone else in a worse position than Sneako, right? because I'm starting to see it's an appetite difference, right? Like you can always tell someone how happy someone is depending on their appetite to their goals achieved. So basically, that ratio would be like if someone really wants to have $1 million and their appetite is for 1 million, they can really enjoy the money, right? If you've ever wondered how people enjoy the money, right? But if they have a Sneako appetite of like 20 million, then 1 million's never enough and they hate their lives. Their inner world's always frustrated. Like it's a flame. It's a bad flame. It's like burnt. It smells. It's ugly. It's rotting on wood and all that. And yeah, you could call him ambitious, but I think Stiko's appetite soul is just it's way too much out there. And the only way you would counterbalance someone like Sneako is not actually therapy, but actually getting him to become an intellectual. When you start eating material instead of your desires, you balance the fuck out immediately. Like, think of a prisoner calming down with a book that touches them. Not a book that's easy, not a book that's very, very hard, but a book that touches them, that is for their incarnation. And these books have a way of finding their way to your fingertips. Like, if you've ever wondered why, well, I'm not going to get into a whole free lecture here. I mean, Zherkaofficial.com to learn how to move in the cosmos so you don't end up like Sneako, someone overdeveloped on just the persona, and you don't want to over intellectualize yourself either. That's also a danger. I think Nick is a great middle. He does it with warmth, right? Nick is such an interesting character analysis. Like you don't have to be a religious guy to see that he's very in the middle of himself. But Sneako is this erratic, sanguine um, monkey, just going totally bananas on the world, and it's like I don't think in the future I could ever even be in the same room as Sneako because it's just mad aura loss. Like, if you think about it, this guy beefed 9 big name personalities in a row, like combination on all of us, right? So hanging out with Sneako is like, bro, you're either beefing 9 people because there's 9 snakes, or you're the greatest serpent in the interwebs. And I never insult Sneako hard because I always see his higher nature because I know him. But I'm not gonna lie, dude. I think this guy is the most unfree. I don't want to say evil. I want to say unfree person I've ever seen in my life. Like Sneako is the opposite of the word of the energy of freedom, right? Which is it's not just the word is everything. Remember that. Like this is huge. Uh and saying that out loud is just where do we go from here? Because I don't know. It's just I can't see him even correcting this behavior. What's he going to apologize to 9 big personalities? They're all going to shit on him, right? They're not going to be. They're not going to be like me, who says, "It is what it is, whatever. It's just Sneako, whatever." They're not going to do that. All 9 of them are going to be like, "No, you're apologizing like a bitch," right? They're all going to shit on him, and it's going to, harden his state more. So when you look at Sneako, if he does something right, he's still in the wrong. If he does something wrong, he's comfortable because he's unfree there. And I can't imagine a bigger loser than Sneako right now on earth because he's at that desperation. I don't know if he's out of money or what's going on, but he's at that desperation place where he looks poor. And he's gonna look poor to everyone. He literally looks poor behind the eyes. Like, what happened to you? Are you secretly gambling, or like why are you beefing all these people, and and why are you getting so weird talking to Riyadh? Like that conversation you had with Riyadh is just so embarrassing. Like you're going to a weird place to try and win an argument. That's never a good idea, right? You never want to diminish your character to win an argument. That's crazy. And that spineless energy of Sneako, sorry to say, but it's not going anyway. It's not going away anytime soon. Like I can guarantee you for the next 10 years, he might be less spineless. Hopefully, maybe the trajectory will change. But the truth about Sneako is we all took him on under our wing because we want to see evolution in the character. And it's been years of the same Islamic whatever the fuck. The guy is not evolving correctly. There's no more persona. His personality's maxed out. There's nothing left there. Like, what are you doing, bro? And it's the personality is so one sided from the essence that it's starting to look like hilarious to the world. And there is no cure to what Sneako's done, right? Like his job is to open that mouth and lie. He's a compulsive liar, not all the time, but most of the time. I think 80% of the time, which is scary, by the way. That's a lot of lying. Because you guys got to remember, humans lie all the time, right? That's totally natural. It's just that if you're a broadcaster, you tend to try and lie less because a lot of people can call you out on your bullshit, which is funny. You'd think that would stop some of these broadcasters, but Sneako's had this pushing boundaries energy, this outlaw energy of, I got to go to the next place no matter what. And he really, for the last few years, hasn't gone to that place. Like he thought being unbanned off YouTube would do something. I guess it didn't change his life at all. He's miserable still and looks totally spineless and pathetic. Cause like, bro, you prayed to God to have your YouTube channel back and you're miserable. Like, aren't you supposed to be shouldn't you be the Buddhic one in this? And for a sec, he fooled me too. For a sec, he had me. I was like, oh, look, he's not beefing back with Nick. That made him look cool. Like, he took the high road, but it all burst out because he's always just suppressing his nature. And yeah, it's like, what class, what category of animal would you even give to Sneako? He's not a herbivore. He's an animal that bites everything, but is not powerful. It's like, dude, nobody gives a fuck that you have beef with Clav and all these people. We more care about why you're pretending to be this Islamic faker kind of guy, right? Now by the way, now he's calling me a pedo. Well, he's not. He's actually smart the way he said it. He's like, he didn't say it, so he didn't allege himself, so he doesn't want to get caught in the web of lies he's spinning. But he said they said that about him, right? And they didn't. They just don't want to do any of the research, right? They just want to move on, and it's like a business decision. He's talking about Kick, right? And yeah, I found out like there's to me the level of spineless was shown when he wouldn't say what he really meant about the Tate brothers, and really just the way he acts offline is very like, what do you think they're gonna think about that? What do you think they're gonna think about this? I'm like, who is they? He has a they in there. In his head, chat's always there. He does. Sneako's not even those people who sees his chat as different faces on different days. How you're supposed to see it, right? He sees it the same exact faces who was cheering him on since 10 years ago and shit. Like in his head, he's actually there's like a healthy amount of ego there. But it's very strange to see someone this miserable when didn't he get his prayers answered recently? Like what the fuck? And I guess he didn't get his other prayers answered. Like he's always wanted to be a mainstream iconic thing, and I guess Clavicular took that from him. That shit hurt him so hard. I remember you texted me when Clav first came out. He's like, "Dude, Clav's taking your thing. You got to come back." I was kicking my feet up. I'm like, "That's my boy, bro. That's my student, Clav." And there's there's an expanse of energy when you love everything you're doing in the world, and then there's Sneako a lack. So when he sees someone like Cloud rising, he's like, someone needs to stop this guy. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? It's a young kid going hard. Like, that's wild. That's if anything, I can't stand up. For me, Clav never bothered me just because the appearance, right? I go off appearance first. Not that they're going to be a good person off good looks, but I'm saying what they've built so far. I want to see if like Andrew Tate's bald. So day one, I couldn't get on board. I could not get on board at all. Day one, I was like, "Whoa, this is tough." Right? He's saying all the right things, but the appearance is showing that he overthinks things. He overthinks too much to the point where he's erratic and will be in prison. And not that all bald people are like that, but you just see it in his like nervous energy. I can't stand nervous people. And a lot of people I love in my life are nervous, and they wonder why I'm kind of more AOL in the background with them. And it's just yeah, I can't stand nervous human beings because humans go through enough in the world. So the nervous ones really rattle me where it's like, dude, everyone's going through it. Everyone's got their own shit. Everyone's got their own problems. Why are you nervous? Everyone's got their own fucking problems. Hell, most people have worse problems than you, and you're nervous. And so, yeah, I've always seen that as a type of like this egotistical energy with nervous people. And Stiko's always been this like nervous, jumpy guy, not just when he was doing cocaine and MDMA and drugs. And um, it's shocking how much drugs Sneako can do for someone who doesn't do drugs. Like he would say, I don't do drugs as he does drugs. Right? And I'm like, you people who say you don't do drugs but secretly do them, you guys are addicts. Let's call a spade a spade. You guys go broke. You guys go to the casino and get broke by the fucking. You get destroyed. And so it's like, yeah, it was like my first telling sign that I'm like, oh, this guy is not who he says he is. Because by the way, if you do drugs or if you're drinking too much or if you're doing anything damaging your temple, you should say it out loud immediately. Don't be a coward. You should say to your whoever it is, even if it's your cousins, brothers, uncles, whoever calls you on FaceTime. Um, hold on, hold on. Yeah, can you guys hear me? Yeah, I'm gonna keep this short, man. How do you cure Sneako? You don't. He's spineless. He's showing it every fucking day. And we're not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be insulting. You can hear in my tone of voice when I'm actually um, pissed and angry. I'm not angry. I'm saddened that he looks like a fucking idiot right now. Right? Years of defending Tate brothers, and now he's switching sides. It's making him look retarded, right? Uh, and anytime I have one of these analysis things, people are like, "Oh, give the cure." It's like, dude, if you saw someone do 15 million injustices in karmic law, you're not going to give a cure ever, because by law, it's going to come back to him in 15 million different ways. And so it's a sad thing when we really look at someone we know with eyes of reality and logic. Like, it's a sad thing. Um, it's a sad thing to look at where it's like he cannot stop doing bad to himself, harm to himself. Like Sneako can't stop it. And let's be real, if he did stop, would we all just welcome him back? Well, if you're known as like the rodent of I'm not trying to be insulting, but like, like the weasel energy, the guy who I'm red pill, now I'm not, now I am, and the guy who keeps flip-flopping on his beliefs. If you're known as that guy, like the rodent of the group, bro, look at the group chat, man. They'll welcome you back for superficial events and stuff like that, but deep down, nobody feels good around you. You know how I know this? They don't feel good around you even when you're sucking their ass. Like, bro, he sucked off Aiden Ross harder than I've never seen higher levels of suck up in my life. And everyone's like, well, why do you have a problem with that? I'm like, bro, it's not even because it's against me. It looks really gay. Right before the Albania trip was fine, but after he starts sucking off Aiden Ross in front of my eyes, and I'm like, bro, do you know we can see you? Like, sorry, my bad, guys. I got a phone call. And I'm telling you guys right now, man, I've never seen a darker humiliation ritual than Sneako sucking up to Aiden Ross. If someone don't even highlight those clips and send that, I gotta mute some of this stuff. This is just depressing to watch because I think 2024, 2025, I've think of that guy who sucks up to the boss at work. That's how you're supposed to be seeing this, by the way. You know, I've never seen levels of beta male that at that. This is like sucking up to the boss is one thing, but in front of 10,000 viewers calling you a suck, like they're saying in chat, glaze harder. They're like, you think sometimes you look at chat and you go, wait a minute, what the hell? They're right. Sneako is a like what the fuck is it? And he's a cuck for all the wrong reasons. He's sucking up to Aiden Ross for a position he never got, which is it's kind of funny. It's the final laugh. Aiden Ross always has the final laugh, right? Sneako got nothing from all those clips, but in Sneako's head, everything is buried online. It's not there forever. Um, and why I call him a cuck is not because of the why the internet calls him a cuck. It's because he has a humiliation king, right? Sneako has a humiliation king. He likes people saying what he's doing, and then he has this fetish of saying, "No, I'm not doing that." So if the internet says you're being a cuck, he goes, "No, I'm just exploring options." If the internet says you suck you up to Ada Ross, I'm just being a good friend. And he has this like belief, like this religious belief that he dispelled reality, right? Sneako's the only human being who can on earth and say, I'm just being a very accommodating friend. And he thinks that kind of like gets him back to straight reality. And it's like, dude, you cannot come back here. Right. And this guy falls in love with rippers and does drugs with them. When's the last time you seen Zherka around a ripper? Like, never. The furthest I've gone is OnlyFans women. And I'm their only fan. I'm not crying about them either. Steve's always crying about a girl. He's always crying about some girl. He's deep down. He wants to be red pill so bad, but he's blue as fuck. And it's interesting though. I see him as so unstable that I could imagine 20 years going by, me sending lots of love from afar. Like he used to be like, "Why don't you chill with me in person?" I'd be like, "I'm sending you love from far away." I remember everyone in my personal life would be like, that's kind of weird that you do that, John. And I'm like, is it weird or would you keep your distance from Sneako physically at least? Like, and people would be like, yeah, he does seem unlucky. And I'm like, yeah, dude, yeah, my rule, right? As if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if the first month you make a shit ton of money, not talking to certain people, you keep that thing going. I know it's been a couple of years for me, but ask my people, man, every 6 months, I feel like I'm a movie star. I'm getting paid like a movie star, and all I do is keep repackaging the same package I have, the same lectures in a refined, I just refresh them in a give them more life kind of way, and it really boosts people beyond what I, in my head, I'm like, there's no way I have that kind of reach. And it's so bad. It's like, I'll come back in a month, guys. Remember I said I'll come back in a month, guys? And that is what mastery is. Mastery is not bitching and moaning online about Aiden Ross. I don't know what the fuck Sneako's doing with that. Like, if you think about it, Sneako's soul really freaks out when he's not developing a mastery in something. And it's been years since he, walked towards a mastery of something. He's always been kind of doing the same old shit. And it's like, think of if you're a horseback rider, right? You go to the master. In 10 years, he's going to be even better at horseback riding with a, maybe different fitness level. And it's like as he got older, but the master will be higher and he'll have more tricks for where he's trying to get at with his horse. And then there's Sneako. It's like in 10 years, he'll have developed 0% mastery over everything he's already doing, which has to drive someone insane. I can't imagine. There's something about forget women, but men not progressing. Yeah, that must drive a man insane. I love fame, but the fact that I'm not fucking progressing and I'm just like around heel Mike and stuff. That shit pisses me the fuck off more than anything. I want in 10 years, people will be like, "Whoa, Zherka, what he was trying to say in 5 streams, he can say in 5 seconds now." Right? That's how it should be. It's like the package gets sharper and sharper, and it cuts you if you get too close to it because it's such good advice. It can destroy your whole life too. That's what we want to see in any sport. Whatever your sport is. Sneako doesn't have a sport. You could say, "Oh, I'm a YouTuber." What does that mean? YouTube means anything. So he needs to be more specific. Like Sneako needs to see a therapist who gets down to the onion layers, right to the core, right through all the layers, and be specific. Like, who is Sneako? And right now, it's a spineless guy talking bad about Andrew Tate, someone he defended for years, and he flipped on a dime without looking at the data. Now he's looking at the data. It's like, dude, you're doing this live. Like this looks so bad, dude. It looks so wrong what you're doing. Um, yeah, and it's shocking that Sneako developed this much in his life, only to become a quarrelsome kind of guy, beefing everyone. I've never beefed Myron once in my life because we kind of read Bill. The only thing I have an issue with Myron on is, which is interesting. A lot of people point at things. I'm like, no, it's none of those things. It's this. Myron is against peptides. And for me, it's like the whole reason I'm on Earth is to show people medicine plus discipline is the answer. The answer is never to tell an obese person they cannot use a peptide, right? Like we find herbs on the ground because God, through the life energy of Earth, gives us these herbs to become stronger, right? So anything that is towards the evolution of man, and that's the one thing I'll always argue with a friend for, it's like, well, I mean, behind closed doors, I would have said it once, but if thousands of people are watching, it's like, bro, we're seriously misleading people because in the future, and not to make it too mystical and deep, but if you're against peptides, you're against curing cancer. So it gets really intense. That is the truth. You're against curing cancer or any kind of metabolic disease. And that's why you should always be pushing for science forward. Always pushing science with spirit, as in, hey, it's our job to pick up the pieces on Earth. Don't think it's going to fall down from heaven. It's going to take a lot of thinking power to develop something that cures someone's obesity karma. You know, like that's what we're on Earth to do is help each other out. We don't want to let obese people keep dying because then every one of you has an aunt who's obese and dies, and then you guys get damaged, and it's like the whole family's shattered, and we don't want any of that, right? And we don't. And what's funny is like a lot of people think, "Oh, Zherka, you're pointing towards this kind of like dystopian future where uh, everyone has their dream body through their herbs and their specific potions they take." That still wouldn't account for a human's inner world. Like if you give every human being or most human beings, the ones that can afford it, let's say their dream body, they would still be insecure because their inner world is insecure. That's why jack guys aren't like taking all the bitches. It's usually a more modified guy who has a bit of other things, not just looks, right? He has a bit of, he's like dynamic. That guy's dominating, and it's because everyone wants to procreate with that level of evolution, right? Whereas if it's just like a Chad, how many broke Chads do you know that do really bad with women? It's like, it's staggering. I mean, they do good with women, but you look at the women like, yeah, they're not hot. They're not hot. Then yeah, that's a mismatch. Then nature has to balance that out, right? Like looks matches should be smashing each other and having kids. That's how the evolution should be going. It shouldn't be this, one sided. Um, and how far do we want to take this, bro? We want to take science to the extreme. We want science to cure Sneako, you know? Like if you could somehow use needles to pull out the blue pill out of Sneako? Wouldn't that be a good thing? Isn't everything blue pill rotting and, you know, it's pretty much garbage? Like, to me, blue pill is the energy to not beat the right? We need a bit of that blue blood. But at the doses Sneako's at is like, bro, he is off balance. That guy's the milkiest incarnation I've ever seen. Like Sneako, he looks like prolactate. Like if prolactate was a human, that's what they'd look like. Not even joking. He has every take of his is he got mad at Riyadh because Riyadh said, "You're just left wing." There's nothing wrong with you. You're just left wing. Imagine that now we're laughing at the guy. Now I gotta go, man. I'm being cruel. He is left wing. He is. He's a fucking blue pill left wing. I don't know. And I said in 4 months he's gonna crash out. He's already crashed out, bro. It's over. He's let's bring some people in because he's totally cooked.
Yo, yo.
Doing, man?
Hey guys.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, no, I definitely agree with all of that about Sneako. And it's like I never believed that at first. My first thought was, oh, everybody's like ganging up on him. They're being so mean, they're being so rude. And then I experienced it firsthand where we did the podcast in New York, super respectful, super nice to me in person. And then I'm like in Miami a week later and I see a clip on Twitter and this guy's like, oh, this kid's podcast fucking sucks. And he's like going off on me. And I'm
What's the
like,
reason?
holy shit. So
What's the
experienced that
reason? What's the
firsthand.
reason for that?
Um, what? Fuck, what even was there? Is because I didn't bring my own podcast equipment. But the thing is, like, he offered to set it all up. Cause like, oh, I already got the mics and everything. But then he goes on stream. He's like, oh, this guy's like so unprofessional. Podcast sucks. Didn't bring any equipment. And I think I might have asked him, like, oh, I just put the podcast on Twitter. Like, would you be down to retweet? Like, up to you. And he was like, I did all this for him. And then he asked for a retweet. I'm like, I didn't like demand a retweet. I'm like, yeah, like maybe. Right. So I don't know, dude. It's just like a complete crash out. And I don't know, man. I'm just a young guy. Like I'm in
That's the
Miami. I'm
reason?
excited. Yeah, that's literally the reason. I swear to God.
I thought it was deeper. What the hell?
No, no, I swear to God, that was it. That was it.
Oh, what the fuck?
Also, it just
Yeah.
shows how hard
So
he's wild enticing because you're literally like figuring out your lane, you're coming up right, and he's like, "Oh, this," like crashing out on you. It's like, dude, this guy is like just getting his feet like in the ground, and you're crashing out. Like he's just starting to make a name for himself. Why are you seeing him as like an enemy? Like what? What?
Maybe he
yeah,
gets maybe he's getting jealous.
I mean, maybe the thing is too, like even after that, I kept defending him. Remember when I had that whole collab situation? Like that was kind of embarrassing, right? That was like my first public L. Sneako takes that situation to absolutely bury me. We're still cool technically at this point, and he goes on stream. He's like, "Oh, like that's so autistic." Like Clav just ignored him, and now I'm thinking, like, what about when I show speed and Kai Cenat just like completely ignored him? Maybe he has like trauma from that. But he takes my first public L as a chance to like bury me to his whole community. Next thing I know, his whole community fucking hates me. And I still defended him after that. Still defended the guy. And I defended him for months after. And then the next time he crashes out on me is after I defend him again. He goes on stream. He's like, oh, this is Gary's little goy. When I was on Gary's podcast, I was defending Sneako. So it gets to a point where it's like, I'm not just a little bitch for Sneako just because he did my podcast one time doesn't mean I have to just like take all this shit. So I clap back. I did the Nick pod. I started networking with people that he doesn't fuck with. And it's been Zherka, it's been 10 days in a row. I haven't even really been thinking about Sneako. 10 days in a row, he's been reacting to me on stream, shitting on me, and it'll be something completely unrelated. I'll post a photo of me eating a steak shirtless, and he goes on stream, oh, he's eating a steak in the bathroom, blah, blah, blah. And he just, bro, it's unrelated to him. And he fucking 10 days straight, he's like a jealous ex girlfriend, bro.
Oh, I had no idea. I thought you actually did something wrong.
No, bro, he makes it seem like that because he's like a professional like
Yeah, he's
gaslighter.
really good at gaslighting. Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, I swear to God, the worst thing I did, because I was like in Miami, I got flown out. Maybe it was kind of stupid to ask for a retweet, because he did do a lot for me. Like, he flew me out to New York, set up the podcast. So I get it. Maybe
No,
it was
it's
kind
not
of annoying,
stupid
but
because he's on it.
yeah, that was my exact
It's about him. What are you talking about?
that was my exact thought process. I'm like, yeah, like because I've seen him retweet like dumber things. Like he's retweeted like fucking like Muslim prophets and stuff. Like he retweets shit that's unrelated. So I'm like, yeah, of course he'd retweet the podcast. And Zerka, I've never told this story. This is why I think he really hates me. Okay, we were hanging out after the podcast, filming a vlog a little bit, and I had to meet like another friend. I was supposed to meet him an hour ago, and I kept him waiting because I had dinner with Sneako and Sunny and all those people. So I kind of felt bad for my other friend that I had waiting, right? And then Sneako's like, hey, let's go to this comedy club. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man. Like, I've already had my friend waiting for like a long ass time. I got to go hang with him. Like, it's been real, man. But I got to ditch you. Like, I can't keep my other homie waiting.
Get the
So
fuck out of here.
so I dap up Sneako, give him a hug. I'm like, nice to meet you. I Uber
Uh,
to my friend, and I think he's just mad. He's like, oh, this kid came all the way to New York and he doesn't want to hang out with me. I'm like, dude.
yeah, no, he gets, bro,
Yeah.
he gets touched. If you say, yo, bro, I gotta go hang out with some girl, he gets touched and broken if he has no girl lined up that day. It's like, what the fuck?
Dude, why do you think that is though? Because like I'm not trying to ditch him. Like I genuinely just didn't want to fuck over my homie that I had
Dude,
waiting for
bro,
hours.
Tyson, I used to wonder, I'm like, I've been around you for 12 hours straight on Adderall. There is no way you're not sick of me yet. And the guy, he's lonely. Let's be real, he's lonely.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you phrase it like that, I almost feel bad for the guy. But it's like, I don't know, dude. It gets to a certain point because, like I said earlier in the space, I really did feel bad. I'm like, why is everybody
Bro,
attacking him? But
no,
it's like,
he's retarded too. He goes, Zerka, I really want to hang out with you. Can these sweaty Arabs come? And I said, no, they cannot. Not because I'm racist, but because I don't know them. What do you mean? I don't know them. Why would you? Why would you ever do? Because anytime a influencer is trying to bring people in your world, usually they're trying to convince you of something. But if it's a regular guy says I'm bringing two friends, even that's just like what people don't dare do that shit with me because I'll take all the girls and just leave. But it to me, it's like I don't care about people think you can bring some extra person, you guys can all just get along. Yeah, that's fine unless you have cloud. If you have cloud, people take pictures. They do weird shit. Like there it is. Bro, I used to think influencers are homos until I saw how the public treats them or treats me. I'm like, yo, people suck me off. If I go to a theater to watch a movie, people suck me off like I'm Brad Pitt. I'm like, humans are pathetic, man.
yeah, I think it's just because you've helped a lot of people, though. Like most influencers, nobody gives a fuck when they see them in person. You know what I'm saying? Like most people just get stared at. Like I just get stared at. Nobody
Everyone
cares.
says, Zerka, the experiences you're having are opposite to what a Minecraft YouTuber has when he gets started.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, maybe it is different.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I
But
think
have
people are
you,
starting to care less and less about Sneako. And like Tyson, like I feel like ultimately, he doesn't want you to grow. He wants to make himself look good, right? And Sneako only cares about Sneako, and we've seen that throughout his actions. So I'm really not surprised.
Dude,
wait,
he thought I was going to follow him when he's inviting me with all these Arabs, and there's no way Zerka's just gonna stop hanging out with me forever, and I stop hanging out with them forever. They're not here anymore. You can come over. They're not here. It's like, bro, it doesn't matter that they're not here anymore. You are different. You're just different.
yeah. So Zerka, you do think it's because I like quote unquote ditched him for my homie? You think that's what stemmed everything? Because I
I
talked to
have
my
no
mom about
idea because
this.
Tyson,
Yeah.
everyone who's ever talked to me about Sneako, they all said he becomes like this ex girlfriend that's just like I'll
Yeah.
say this here. I never even studied Sneako because I was doing my own thing. I didn't have time for this. But the weirdest thing someone showed me is when I went hyper viral, 800 million hits from Miami top floor, dude. The next day, he was wearing a blue shirt and sunglasses. I'm wearing random. I'm wearing my random travel, bro. I'm wearing my random travel clothes, as in like, look at me. I'm traveling. I'm doing all this views on fucking just a shirt. I wasn't even nicely dressed, just a random Nike shirt because it's my travel clothes. Let's get all this money and fame, casually while I'm partying. And the next day, I swear, I never noticed until years later when you guys said that to me. He wore the exact same outfit on the next Fresh and Fit thing, the sunglasses, the blue, and then he did the suit and tie with Clav, and I'm like, is that copycat jutsu he does? Is that intentional, or does he not know he's doing it?
Bro, I just think he has no shame too, or maybe not even the self awareness to even notice he's doing that. But that's fucking hilarious.
Well, you know what it reminds me of? It's the groupie at the party who like is always a problem, and it's like, babe, just be cool. It's like this, and like always does a ton of coke, and it's like, yo, she does so much coke, but it's groupie energy.
No, it's like he just wants to be one of the cool kids, And I think he's like deeply affected by the fact that like Kai and Speed, like all the quote unquote big streamers don't accept him into like the cool kids table. And he just feels like, oh, like I can't grow past the red pill. I feel like that's why he like despises and has disdain for the red pill because he feels like that's his cap. Like he can't grow
Right.
past that.
That
He wants to be a
Bro,
that's
I
Speed.
remember. Bro, I remember going to parties and he'd be shocked at I walk in with let's say 300,000 followers, right? From or 200,000 and something from my Twitch channel, right? And I would walk in the party and I'd take all the bitches. And the way Sneako sees human beings is this person has 5 million, this person has 3 million followers. He should not be able to cuck him. And the way I see shit is you're either a cuck or you're fucking the man, right? So it's like two different ways of seeing the world. And it was like, he was shocked. He's like, wait a minute. So like these weak ass Minecraft YouTubers, just because they have clout doesn't mean they can cuck us. I'm like, of course not, Sneako. Of course they cannot cuck.
Well, maybe he has experience getting cucked by the Minecraft YouTubers then. Maybe that's why he thinks that way. But have you Zerka, have you noticed like Sneako's really wait, can you guys hear me or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you noticed that Sneako's really the type of guy that'll do a favor for you and hold that over your head for eternity? Like he'll act like he's doing a super nice deed, and then you have any type of falling out with him, and he's like, "Oh, remember this one time?" Like, dude, this guy, I've been doing YouTube for 6 years. Sneako says he made my career, bro. My podcast with Sneako got like 20,000 views. My pod with Nick got more views in like a day. So it's like this guy saying he made my entire career. It was very nice what he did, like doing my podcast and like flying me to New York. But it's like this guy's like holding this over my head. So now he could like shit on me
Bro,
like
he's so
endlessly
stupid.
because he did one
Bro,
favor.
he's so stupid. All the trolling me and my audience do where we go, yo, you made Zerka, bro. All that, because I'm the one guy we cannot say that about because I'm the only repeat customer. Like everyone he has on his stream for a bit to help him out, but he'd repeat me 12 streams in a row because he needed help back then. But I like to believe in gratitude. So I always love saying, no, Myron made me, Fresh made me, Sneako. I believe in gratitude. I genuinely believe in these people I know. I'm supposed to do content with them. So I love saying people made me. I was like, it's my one fetish that I have, right?
Hmm.
And for Sneako, we take it even further. We say he made every part of me, like every hair and nail and stuff. And my audience and I have been doing this for years. And even in person, he doesn't get that we're trolling it, kind of. Because you can't really, if Zerka has 200,000 followers from Twitch days, you can't really say you made him. Whoever made that 200,000 followers, you could say that guy helped him, like Raj Patel or whatever the fuck. And it's really hard to say someone made Zerka because I'm insulting the host usually, whereas Sneako's sucking off Aiden Ross and stuff. But man, it's wild to me that he hangs on to these screenshots of like Sneako made me. Because I've even had look at my other posts where I say Fresh single-handedly made me without Myron. I've even said that. And Fresh, Myron and I, we all laugh at this stuff. We love tweeting this kind of stuff, and we love the brotherly component of this. But man, it's think about it. I've stroked his ego. Like I'm adding towards the delusion, and I think there can be a case made of saying, "Hey, you guys, you guys were right there at the exact time you guys needed each other. We both benefited off that, but in a strange way." Like I don't think Sneako benefited off me clout wise, even though I raised his view count higher than anyone he's ever had on. I don't think I benefited him clout wise because I don't really care about that. I care about how I benefited him red pill wise. For 1 year, he was less of a cuck. That is all my doing. Because anytime he's like, I don't know if I'm doing something right or wrong. What would Zerka do? And he would look cool to himself. Now he looks in the mirror. He sees a ghost. He doesn't know what he's looking at.
Yeah, man, you could almost see like the micro expressions of his face every time he smiles too. You know what, Sneako reminds me of my liberal law teacher of grade 12. He had like a Black Lives Matter poster in his class and fucking
Yeah.
hated me. I'm like, I always used to think Sneako was like so cool and base and like Sneako's the rebel. But now every time I look at him, he just reminds me of my liberal law teacher, bro.
Yeah, for me, it looks like a scared human being doesn't know where to turn, and that's not good. I always tell people, man, if you feel scared doing your job, chances are that's not your job. You're doing something you don't want to be doing.
What do you
You're
think he's scared
unstable.
of? Like, what would he possibly be afraid of? Like getting jumped
Well,
in
I'll tell you
public?
the
Or?
truth, man. He really wants to be considered. Like Nick really nailed it, where he said Sneako wants to be considered upper class. I mean, he does. Like the clubs he takes you to, that he really wants to be a part of that. You know, and it's. I think every human should want to taste that higher life just to see what the fuss is all about. But you shouldn't get stuck there where you always have to be invited to everything. And Sneako's obsessed with that. I have to be invited to everything, and he doesn't have that. Ratchet taste that I do, where I can step down lower and enjoy the more ratchet atmosphere. He can't do that. Once he's tasted the caviar and that kind of life, he wants to be invited to all that. And he's not there to have fun and take down the women and all that. He's there almost to like blend in the background and become a part of that atmosphere, which is really hard if you're not cut from that cloth. Like Sneako's not. He'll never be considered upper class. By the way, upper class means white energy, white people energy. He wants that more than anything, and which is funny because everyone said to me, they're like, Zerka, in every highly uh, upper class event you've been at where it's all white people, you seem like you're laughing at them. Like I thought you're a part of the white identity movement. And I'm like, I'm not laughing at them. I'm laughing at myself for being in here. Right. Because I am a philosopher. I'm an artist. I'm all these things. But also I am never upper class. Like I even like lower class sushi more than higher end sushi. That's how crazy I am, right? And I know who I am. Like I know I like certain things. Don't get me wrong. I like making a shit ton of money, but I don't like wearing a suit and tie when I don't have to. You know what I mean? And Sneako's wearing a suit and tie, trapped in it, trying to be something he's not, and he's trying to fulfill the footsteps of Malcolm X, which, bro, that is an intellectual. And Sneako will never be an intellectual, not even when he's 45 years old. He's too sanguine. He's too stupid. You know, he would need a few more lifetimes to even develop himself the way I am, or even Myron, or even Nick, it would take him many lifetimes to develop that kind of that's a hardening too that happens, right? When you develop that way. And he has no interest, uh, he has no interest for anything. Like, can you imagine being an adult human being who has no interest for anything except what's moving? So meaning what's trending. So, but by the way, if you only have an interest of what's trending, you cannot use that as paint for your brush. But if you always have your interest plus the trending outside, you can use the trending to inspire the real interest, right? But he doesn't have. There's no core to him. You can map out 5 names that have seriously aided in Zerka's development, and you probably know them. You can map out 5 names who, and I'm talking about in history, not like people we know, but you can map up 5 names of people who seriously helped craft Myron, and some of them he's never even read. Like, for example, if you notice, Myron is deeply crafted by George Washington. Even though Myron doesn't read anything about Washington, the spirit is there. You can feel it, right? Same with Patrick Buchanan, you could say for Nick, but I'd say even more classical thinkers. You can see because when you enter someone's thought world, you're entering their sense, their actual sense of being. So if you meet someone obsessed with George Washington, he's within George Washington's thought forms, although he's perverting them and distorting them in his own way. There are no human beings that Sneako is influenced by because he loves to be influenced by the whole. And it's like, dude, we're not saying you can't be influenced by the world. Like that's not, that's how you make good butter is, through influence. But we're saying that when you're taking influence by the whole, just the whole trend, nothing is seeping into Sneako's inner nature. It's been many years. I guarantee you, here's how far I'll take it. I don't think Sneako knows anything about Malcolm X. That's how far I'll take that. Which is, if your guiding spirit, which is very normal for a young guy to have a guiding spirit, if your guiding spirit is someone you don't know, you're always going to be nervous. Your oversoul or humans that inspire you, that are above your head, above you, you're trying to become like them, but you don't actually become like them. You become your own version, just deeper. Those people have to be known for you to calm down. Some people read Plato and have an immense Dionysian calm because they relate it. They go, "This is Dionysus. This is the reincarnation of Dionysus." They feel it. Some people are more earthly. They go for Aristotle. Some people go for Jakob Burma. Some people for the mystics of, let's say, the medieval times. Some people, humans link to different things and it's from different cultures, and all of this deepens you. And then there's Sneako, who there's not one intellectual in history he has not linked to any of them.
It's
That
just like a
means
perpetual identity crisis. You know what I mean? Like a
yes,
brown clown trying to fit in is never going to fit in. And he wants to live this high lifestyle while, you sort of got to have some kind of identity to you. Like, where is his, like, he's got no sense of self, nothing. It's just,
He's
yeah.
lost
you
his entire cool
strip him
factor.
away and what's left, you
Yeah,
know?
I always saw him as
Every
like a
yeah.
Spike Lee, like sort of like a Gen Z Spike Lee kind of. But yeah, he's lost his mind.
I
Dude,
see him more like Bobby Lee.
The
Like,
comedian.
I swear to God, Sneako reminds me of Bobby Lee as someone who doesn't know what they stand for, literally doesn't know anything about themselves, is no one would trade shoes with them, but they can make a funny joke. Isn't that Sneako to a T? He can, like, how many, even if I'm hating on Sneako, he can be funny. Even when he trashes certain people, he can somehow pull out a funny joke every single time. Well, not every single time, but there's something about Sneako that he can be funny. There is funny to Sneako. It's just deep down there. And sometimes it comes out and it's like, it's shocking. It's like, damn, this is it. Like when Sneako shits on Tyson, I actually believe some of it. I'm like, wow, Tyson really hurt this guy. And then I'm like, bro, this is the 10th time that I'm waking up to the Sneako's an asshole to everyone. And the last conversation I had with Sneako was, I said, look, you didn't do anything to me. I don't care that you don't defend me against the Aiden Ross stuff, but holy shit, are people calling you a piece of shit? You need to move differently. And I send him a link of how he's supposed to move. And he doesn't even watch the link. And he thinks I'm just like sunning him for no reason. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you what's gonna happen in your world. Cause I'm not gonna lie, like Sneako's life sucks. Like think about just like the whole world is laughing at you. Like the whole world, the whole world is laughing at you. Your character, what you're known for, the person you're playing, is just like they're laughing at you. Asmongold is pointing his finger, laughing at who Sneako has become. Nick Fun is pointing his finger, laughing at who Sneako has become. It's mind blowing that he still wants to deepen this myth of, oh, just beef everyone. Bro, you can beef everyone, just be interesting. Just deepen yourself somehow.
Yo,
Yeah,
yeah,
dude,
have you
that's
seen that?
crazy that you believe Sneako, you believe that I was in the wrong in this Sneako situation. Like
Because he looked
his
hurt, Tyson. He looked hurt. Like his eyes were watery in the clip.
why do you think like what do you think he's that hurt that I ditched him?
Bro,
Like
he
why do you
was
think he's
hurt
hurt?
that he said this guy betrayed me and platformed Nick Fuentes. And I'm like, damn, did Tyson do something evil?
Dude, that's actually crazy, bro. And all of his fans believed it too. Like it's crazy how many people switched up on me.
Bro, no,
He's a
it's because
cult, bro.
well, I'm used to half listening to Sneako when he speaks. Like, when you don't respect someone, you half listen. So I'm always like, think of me as in the car seat, always on my phone doing something, half listening to Sneako. Just take me to where we're trying to go. And he would do all the events and stuff like that. And he just half tell me truths. And it would go in one ear, in out the other. So I'm just always used to Sneako's lies to the point where it's starting to become believable, right? Because I'm half listening. And so when I see him all hurt, saying Tyson did this to me, I had no idea the story's like that. That's crazy.
What
Do you think
about
that's all
wait, wait, wait.
performative though, or do you think like he's
No,
actually
no, he
like?
can actually feel hurt. It's actually, bro. Sneako's problem is not lying to billions of people because billions of people know he's a liar. Sneako's problem is lying to himself.
Yeah, no, he's an absolute con artist, bro. And I feel like, dude, he's such a cult following. And you know how much I defended like Muslims and shit, right? This is
Yeah, you
really,
look like
dude.
such an
Wait,
idiot
listen,
now.
listen, hear me out. This is really making me think Muslims are retarded because they can't see through Sneako's obvious LARP. Like, I had respect for Muslims, but now Muslims are shitting on me because, oh, I betrayed Sneako. And I'm kind of having the realization, like, dude, these people are fucking retarded. Like, how do you guys still follow Sneako? I'm like, maybe brown people actually are just retarded, bro.
I'll let you in on something, man. You know, his own audience they gather in Discord group chats to laugh at him when he gets attacked. When he gets attacked, when he got attacked in public, I didn't laugh. I said, "Oh, that's serious. That's Sneako. Like he got to watch out." I didn't laugh at all when he got attacked. Yo, they got his own audience jump in Discord chats to laugh at the video, and they say, "Hey, press play at the same time so we can laugh at the same time." I'm like, yo, this level of fucking evil is insanity, dude. It's like it's just evil, man. It's like he has an evil audience.
Well, Zherka, it's like this,
Yeah.
man. It's
Yeah.
like Sneako has fans. Remember, you used to
Yeah, I
say
don't
that
know if
all
he
the
has
time.
fans,
Well,
It's
man.
he
like
gets
that's
trashed in every comment section.
Well,
Like, if
no,
you
hold
go
on.
on his
He does have
page,
fans. There are people on the street who get excited to see Sneako. I've seen that many times.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Even my hometown, like my friends, like I'll walk through the streets and everybody's like, "Oh, like you stream with Sneako." Like every time I get recognized, a lot of the times, like people my age, like, "Oh, you're that kid that like streams with Sneako and shit," and they get like super excited about that. So Sneako still has like Gen Z aura, but I feel like he's kind of like fumbling that to try to like appease like low IQ Muslims, and obviously not all Muslims are low IQ, but the ones that fucking follow Sneako are retarded.
I thought he was doing great when he had my game plan I gave for him. And then when he started to steer away from that game plan, it is my fault if you think about it, because he only steered off the game plan I gave him for his life. Like I was his life coach. The only reason he steered off the game plan I gave him is because I wouldn't do the check-in calls with him. You know how you have to check in on how they're doing? I wouldn't give a fuck about that. So he got heartbroken that Zerka doesn't keep up with me. And it's like, bro, I got millionaires who pay me money for this. I'm doing this for free for you. I'm not going to keep up. So he thought that because I didn't keep up on the calls, that I'm not loving him. And therefore I'm misleading him. And then he stopped listening to Zerka and what is he doing now? This is the worst content I've ever seen in my life. He's beefing everyone, but it's not funny. You know, if I beef everyone, it's gonna be fucking hilarious. If you're beefing everyone, everyone knows you have to make it funny for the world. He's not made anyone laugh during the whole beef of 9 different personalities. He's beefing, dude. You're beefing the world, and it's not funny. That's just weird.
Yeah, he's
because he's
calling
doing it with
Nick
anger.
Fuentes Pablo. Like that's his whole
I don't
fucking
even get that.
shtick.
Is that a Mexican thing?
Dude, I thought he was talking about
Yeah.
somebody else entirely. Like I had no clue, and then I like clued in because he like played
Bro,
like the Mexico
who
song.
told these streamers that playing sound effect is funny? It's not. Like, make a joke, you fucking faggot.
Yeah, and his whole thing is seek truth through funny, bro. I can't remember the last time this guy made me laugh.
I bet
Bro,
he really regrets like turning on Nick like that. He should have been a good friend to Nick. Like,
Dude, if you ask Sneako in private one on one, I guarantee you he feels bad about all the shit. Like if you sit him down, he's like, "What happened with Tyson? Like no cameras." I guarantee you, like there's gonna be like, I
what do you
mean, at
say?
least I'd hope there'd be some sort of like regret, you know, and like ask him the same about Nick Zherka. Like I feel like deep down, like he knows he fucking slimed all of his friends out.
Well, he's a fan. It's like groupie energy, like I was saying. I mean, the amount of hoes that I've had the same relationship with. It's just he's just got to snap out of it.
You know what's interesting? You see someone who's red pill and they start to mature later. They're still red pill, but they're in a mature way where they can have a stable relationship. You'd think that's what's going to happen to Sneako. He totally threw the red pill card away. So he had an empty OS system and he said, must download Muslim shit. It's like, bro, they're marrying 6 years old. You don't want to, you know what? It's like when someone downloads a full Christian pill, you're not allowed to do that right away because you can kill yourself, right? You could go crazy. You have to like drip feed Christianity into your soul so you can uh basically it's a digestible truth, right? If you go all at once, you hate your own religion. Sneeko just force fed it. He's like, I'm empty. There's nothing towards my consciousness. There's no, dude, you know how terrifying. Imagine a human being saying there's no sense of self. Like that must be the most terrifying feeling on earth. So he just like he's like, what's the most simple book I can find? Oh, the Quran. Okay.
Bro, Sneako pushed me away from Islam. Like, I looked at Sneako, I'm like, dude, this is a fucking horror story. Like, if I turn out anything like this within the next 5 to 10 years, I'm gonna hate myself. So,
And
if anything,
here's
he steered me
here's
away.
the saddest part about Sneeko is he's the type of guy who would marry a 6 year old. Just so he, I swear to God, I'm not joking, but he reminds me of the guy who would marry a 6 year old because he has more time to brainwash her. Every relation, bro. If you look at any relationship he's been in, every relationship he's been in, if you talk to these girls, they say he tries to brainwash the girl, but the girl laughs in his face. No wonder he eats
Oh
red pills.
no.
Like he tries to brainwash them, and then they laugh in his face. And I've met all of them, and I'm thinking to myself, like, you know what's interesting though? He still had more authority when he was red pill, even if he was faking it. You know, and I don't believe in faking it. In my head, he's cooking. Yo, he's just cooking. He's just cooking. He's just cooking. Yo, that nigga is burnt, bro. That thing is overcooked. He cannot. He can't handle the flame. You're supposed to transmute the flames, not get burnt by them.
Yeah, no, I could see that too. I could see that too. Yeah, man. I just think he like has a cult, and I think he's very much pigeonholed himself to the
He
point where
doesn't
like
have a cult. There's like not one comment on
he's
Sneako's
got a
side.
cult of brown niggas, and that he's just pigeonholed. He'll never be a Kyra Speed. He'll have his
Bro,
4,000 Muslim viewers.
you know what's funny? Brown people are so insecure of what they did with their own souls, and it's like, bro, you're not proud of your own color, bro. My olive skin is so beautiful, I glisten. How are you guys? How I don't sit in my room and think, oh, I wish I was German and more pale, and I don't. How are you guys this insecure? Like, dude, I guarantee you, if I incarnated as a black guy, I would enjoy it. Like, you guys gotta enjoy at where you're at.
Dude, I've even seen Muslims saying I'm like forsaking God because I like criticize Sneako. Like, bro, some of
Bro,
these
Muslims
niggas think
should be.
Sneako's God, bro.
Tyson, Muslims have to worship you because you're a ginger, and so was Prophet Muhammad. So, if you think about it,
Wait, nigga, what? I'm not
you're a,
fucking ginger,
aren't you
nigga.
ginger?
No,
But
nigga, I'm blonde,
you're
bro.
supposed to go with the joke, bro. You're supposed to go with the joke so you can become Prophet Muhammad. Like, what are you doing?
Oh shit.
You're
I
supposed to
thought
say, yes, I have a red beard, and like that's all. You're an idiot.
no, dude. People call me ginger all the time, unironically. So I couldn't tell that you're joking. Like people actually do think I'm ginger.
Tyson, next time you
What?
respond to Sneako, if he says some shit, you should be like, okay, Sneako, if you're Malcolm X, I'm Muhammad. And then run with it.
That's that's pretty
Yo,
good.
where do you think his engagement comes from?
Who
Like,
said that? Who even said that?
The
His
Macalex.
engagement
What up,
comes
bro?
from the hate
Mac,
that he gets.
Mac,
Haters make him famous, literally.
Hate
Mac,
speech, not love speech.
is it Osmandeus Jones?
Yes.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yes, it is. That's what I'm here for. The one-liners.
That's really good. That's you sneak. Tyson, you have to say that. You have to say that.
And everyone comment too.
Fucking cock.
Everyone has to comment under Tyson shit. Be like, we love Muhammad. We love
Yeah. You have to dress up as him too.
Wait, am I
Tyson,
retarded?
next
Like
time you're
I don't
Miami,
fucking
yo,
get
that'd
it.
be crazy. But if you did that shit too,
You have to
and then
dress up
just
as him with
text
a red
Nico.
beard. Yeah, man, they're gonna say we're hating, that we're haters and we're racist, but we're
I know,
just
that's why
joking,
like you
man.
have to
We're
be
just
careful, but
joking.
it's so good.
No, you've got anonymous avatar. You can you don't. I have to be careful, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling these fucking goat fuckers that I'm joking, but
No, I love Islam. Sneako's not Muslim.
Yeah.
He's a fake. He's a fraud.
You know what's funny? I
He's a
remember
grifter.
him talking about Malcolm X. I'm like, Malcolm X is a black nationalist. You have to go in that way, but he went through the other direction. He went through the Arab direction, which doesn't really work, right?
No,
It's
and
like,
I
Bro,
was thinking too. I think Sneako just needs some black friends and needs to just go like flex his shit a little bit and do some like black content. I think that would because he was. That's why
yeah,
Gen Z
yeah. I
rocks with
used to
him.
say that to him all the time. I said, "Bro, Sneeko, the reason you like hanging out with me so much is because I'm black.
Right.
Like, it's a like if you're hanging out with Zherka, you're doing black people shit. Doesn't matter how much philosophy you talk about. It's a black guy still, right?" And I'm like, "Bro, don't deny your nature. I've never looked at the nice girl in the group chat and said, "Oh, that's for me," because the nice girl is not, she's not ratchet. It's not my incarnation. It's like you do nothing. I look for the one that's like me, that because I know my nature, so I'm always happy. Sneako's the type of guy who will date a chick who's into neurology and brain sciences, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, this girl's for me," and it's like, bro, no, she's not. Your girl is Xena, bro.
He's the Indian that marries the white girl.
Yeah,
he
exactly.
hates white people though.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Well, he's that liberal he's that liberal reporter that hates white people, but then it always leaks that they married a white person.
exactly.
Right?
And he like
Yeah.
cosplays a white guy so he can climb the corporate ladder. Like
Yeah.
Does
yeah.
Yeah.
you're
Like,
I
bro,
don't
jealous
I
of
think
love
he
that?
I love.
knows white people, bro. Like I would bet that he doesn't actually know them or
Yeah.
hasn't doesn't know what they
Well,
all like.
he clearly went to a dinner where he dated a white girl and the parents didn't like him, and I swear to God, he gives off that vibe that like someone's parents didn't like him, so now he's on a vengeance campaign. And bro, I've girls I dated, their parents loved me. I've had some of them who fucking hated me, and I've had both. So for me, it was never like a vendetta thing. And I even told them shut the fuck up to on phone call because like if someone doesn't like me, I defend my ego, right? I defend what I've built so far. You're supposed to defend yourself. Sneeko never got a chance to defend himself against these white parents, and so
Yeah.
now
I
look.
actually feel for him on that. That's actually terrible.
He built a shadow of resentment, I guess, towards white
Hey,
people.
didn't he also betray Elijah Schaefer?
Oh, we got Elijah Schaefer in here too.
He
The
did.
big E. The big E in the chat.
Oh shit.
Why did he betray you again? What happened there?
Wait, who did?
The Sneako, he had a whole show with you, right?
Yeah. Well, sorry.
Oh yeah, he canceled that shit, right? With Nick and Myron too.
Well, actually,
Elijah's busy eating the boss
the
turtle.
day before, actually, he did. Nico Sneeko did betray the show the day before. It's like, good night, Sneeko.
A
We love
day
you.
before?
Yeah. So it was like actually Rift TV, which we won't get into much details here, but the government did take that down, and that was a very big deal.
Make it
Um,
funny, Elijah. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Call him a cock.
you sound like you're crying right now.
no, I was eating pizza,
Oh
bro.
shit. W.
Yo, Elijah, you gotta make it funny. Call Sneako a cock. Go
I
crazy.
just
Go Elijah mode.
Yeah, I just was like biting some pizza. Sorry. No. Yeah, so it was like kind of like chill, but yeah, like we had this whole thing. We paid thousands of dollars. I actually spent about 52,800 maybe on a studio, and I got a whole building, and I made the whole show. And he called out the night before to cancel on it, and it was like really weird. It was it was actually like genuinely like concerning because um 'cause the day before, so like I was supposed to have him. I got arrested by the Secret Service at the Miami Trump's place. So I got arrested at M3, which by the way they stole later and found on the Nimitz Air Base in Newdale. But anyways, they they basically they impounded my car. It's the first time I impounded my car. So the Secret Service impounded my car, and I was like, whatever, okay, cool. And then they arrested me, and it was kind of weird because I kind of like wasn't it was just weird. Like, why'd you arrest me? Why'd you? And I guess 'cause I had a Glock 43X in my car, and it was a secure zone, and they arrested me
Oh
for
my
it.
god.
Um, well, like I didn't even, dude. It doesn't matter. I didn't even know. I was meeting someone at the, I didn't know Trump was there, and they arrested me, and then I got arrested. My car got taken, and then like, and I started like freaking out, and I was like, dude, it's crazy. My car taken, my gun taken. One of the first times, like, it wasn't the first time, but one of the first times I got like arrested by the federal government, and I go, it was kind of gay. And then Sneak was like, yo, we're not doing the show tomorrow. And obviously Myra and everyone was kind of weirded out by it because like, what do you mean you're like pulling shit out from us? And then yeah, so it was like it was kind of gay. I'll just leave it at that. It was like I don't want to give too much, but it's just like we spent a lot of money. I spent so much money developing the studio and shit, and he just like didn't want to do it. And so I don't know. I'll leave it
So
there.
I
did he
remember
give you
Myra
like an
talked about that.
actual reason for that?
That's fucked up.
Sorry, I'm eating Canadian bacon pineapple pizza, but um
That's all good. I'm just wondering, yeah, if he
Yo,
gave
W
you an
pineapple
actual
pizza though. That's
reason and said like
based.
this is the reason why, like because you
no,
had all this
nothing,
shit going
nothing,
on.
no, nothing.
Did you get that money back? Like, did you get reimbursed, or you just took like
Oh,
a fifty
not even,
thousand dollar L?
dude. It was bad, dude. It was actually bad. I lost so much money. It was crazy. So like, Rift started because I lost so much money. So I got some investors and things, and like I had advertisers. Like, dude, what's kind of crazy? I don't know how much money he makes now, but like,
Well, Sneako may thought that it was a date and he just denied it, you know.
well, like for the
It's a
first
joke. It's a
for the
joke.
first episode, I had a $400,000 investor. So we were each gonna get 100 grand for the first episode, which is pretty good, right? 100 grand. Anyone would like that money. Yeah, so we're gonna get 100 grand each. And
Maybe he got the call from Saudi to not go that way, you know. Who
well,
knows?
hmm, here's what I'll say. So I'm pretty close with the Russian government, and I know the Russian government is not very keen on Sneako. Um, they are keen on other people. I'll just say that. I won't make any other comment.
Wait, why would Russian government be aware of Sneako though? Because
Mm,
of the Israeli Palestinian stuff. That's
mm-mm.
why.
No, because Ukraine. So the Ukraine conflict is it's just weird. Like the Ukraine conflict is kind of tied to hmm, let me be very careful here. Um the Ukraine conflict is obviously tied to Israel, as we know. And it
And
is
America too, right?
yeah, but it's not like mm, that's like redundant. Israel, America, it's the same statement. Uh, I'm gonna be very careful and not say much more from here, but basically, like at the time, it's not very controversial now, but at the time, just like Ukraine conflict was like everyone knows Zelensky is Jewish, yes, no, and he's tied to the Israeli state, and he cares about these things happening with these things. I shouldn't say much, but just he doesn't care that Orthodox Russians and Ukrainians are killing each other. Um, and I was like kind of mad because I thought we would have a very good show with Sneako and stuff. And it's like Sneako just didn't care. Like I even apologized to him for crashing on him because I was wrong for that. I shouldn't have said I said really mean things about him. I shouldn't have said that. And I am known for saying true but mean things about people. But he basically Sneeko made a deal with the devil and he made a deal with the Muslims and basically decided to, you know, take an anti-Western approach. And he's anti-Western now. He's anti-West. He's anti-American. Uh, he's anti and I don't even like democracy, so I'm not even like supporting that. It's like he's anti Western governmental institution,
Is
and
he getting paid by foreign governments?
Mm, well,
By Iran.
I would never admit that because I could get sued, but I would say that I know a lot of people getting money from a lot of these people, and I would say that he's at the level of he's not doing what he does because he believes in it. So, I,
Well, I mean, he
I,
doesn't really believe in anything. That's sort of the point.
Well, I kind of have an interesting one. Would be controlled chaos, right? And
Bro, Sneako looks like an empty peanut. Like, look at him closely. He everything about him looks like a peanut that is empty, like a wooden peanut, like flaky. You know, he's got. A, wouldn't that best describe you? Think of a peanut with. No. Remember the banana from It's Peanut Butter Jelly Time, the animation?
yeah,
Make one with a peanut and the eyes and the legs and the arms with the glove hands and the glove feet, where the cartoony look. Make one with a peanut and make it Sneako. That's what we need to do. All right, go ahead. Go. Who was talking?
not nothing. I just mean like genuinely. I don't I don't mean that Sneako's getting deposits from, a Qatari businessman. But I'll tell you this. I got offered, um, go back to 2019, and I got offered $10,000 from a Qatari agent at what is that
Oh shit.
fucking bar that's shut down now? I don't even know, but you could look it up. But it's a bar that's shut down now in DC. It's like, they just want me to like do some positive, feedback. And I had real problems in Australia and in the US because I had some real Russian interventions, which I'll leave here. But, like, I'll just say this: foreign governments they're really offering money, and it's very good. And they want you to support them. And people have accused me of being orthodox because of Russia, whatever. It's like, dude, look, man.
Get out.
It's bullshit. It's like saying this. Look. On a straight note, I was at a debate con today. There's a lot of Orthodox. It was a political day today, or religious day today. It's like, dude, look. Have I been sexually promiscuous in my life? Have I done things in my life? Sure, in the past, but that was before I started correcting my life, and I have been correcting my life since then. And I'll just say this, like, you know, if you're not white, and and a lot of non-white people, and you guys might disagree with this, they're very insecure about it, like because they want to have free speech, and the free speech comes from the far right, and the far right is obviously pro-white and very white supremacist, and we should be because whites are inherently the best. But I'll say this. Um, it doesn't mean everyone else is bad. Like, like the UAE and these Arab countries, they're inherently good. I think they're positive. I used to live in South Korea, working there in China. China's good. South Korea's good. It sounds dumb. I sound traitorous, but I don't hate them. I think they're very good. They're not white, but Sneako got canceled, and I've been canceled this year too. So I'm not even weird about that. Um, and when you're brown and you say you're Muslim, you just bring in this support, and it's been going on for thousands of years, bro. Like since 600 AD, and it's these people that just like it's like saying you're a Jew and then you're a pedophile and you get caught. It's like the Epstein's will protect you. Nico has protection from the Muslim aristocracy, and that's what's going on, and that's just all it is. I'll leave it at that. It's just what it is.
Facts.
I'm done, but that's it. It's
yeah,
Muslim
we cannot
aristocracy.
deny that Sneako is a huge tool for Islam, right? We cannot deny that, and everyone can take their own conclusions about it,
Yeah, and
right?
Islam is
But
cancer.
look,
Islam is cancer. And by the way, from the Turkish, like from the Turkish on, dude, I don't care if you're in Estonia, Latvia, like I'm not even I don't
no,
even
but I
I
have
don't
a question for
yeah.
Zerka. What do you think? Why did he cry on camera? Do you think it's just empty vessel, being an artist, and he gets fulfilled with anything that's coming into popularity, or did something happen in his life and he just leaked emotionally? What do you think about that? It's
Yeah,
just
I'm not trying to be rude, but he's a bitch. You know, a bitch cries. A bitch cries because they don't do any hard shit, and then they cry that they're not hard. Go do some hard shit. Then you not hard. Go do some hard shit. Do something tough, bro. You know, every part of my being wants to get locked up in prison, and I have to sit in an office and become a millionaire every day of my life. That's tough shit. I gotta go through that, right? His nature. I want to be an artist. I want to be a bro. Then go do some fucking artistic shit, but he has nothing. He's an empty peanut of no consciousness. And then he says, I don't like my development. Nick likes his development. Elijah's got canceled this year. He likes his development. Everyone's going through it. They like their development. Sneako hates the mirror. And he doesn't want to listen to anyone. Oh, I'm going to do things my way. Dude, you're not listening to people who like their mirrors. Zherka really likes his mirror. Elijah getting canceled, he still loves his mirror. Nick loves his mirror. We love the mirror because we're working on ourselves. Sneako's not working on himself. He's chasing sweaty, hairy Arabs, thinking they have something for him. Bro, you know what's funny? If you looked into the consciousness of these Arabs, you'd be shocked at how stupid they are. You'd be like, wait a minute, Sneako should stay with geniuses like Riyadh. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do anything smart. He's got smart people around, doesn't use them. That's fucking retarded.
Riyadh
Wait,
owns
but
him though.
isn't Tyson Muslim now from Sneako?
No. Bro, why do you laugh so hard at
Yeah,
that?
because you're such
That's
a
crazy.
fucking Muslim cuck. You deserve all this, Tyson. You're such a fucking you. We
Fuck
told you.
you,
We
bro.
told you they'd
Fuck
turn
you.
on you, and you came crawling back
Well,
to
you're
us. You're
white.
such
You're
a
white.
fucking
The Muslims will always turn on you.
Bro,
What do you
I
think?
didn't come
exactly.
crawling
It's like
back. I got slimed out by Sneagro,
we
bro.
told you they were gonna slime you out. What the hell?
I'm used to all Muslims. It's just like Sneako slammed me the fuck out and his like retarded Muslim fan base
Yeah,
as
but
well.
but but why, Tyson? I feel like Tyson. Two things. First of all, um, and people know me. In fact, my reputation publicly is very marred in terms of. Zerka knows who I am.
I don't think that at
No,
all, Elijah. I think people are giving you a. Honestly, you didn't get canceled that hard. Let's be
no.
real.
Yeah, I'm saying I didn't get canceled hard for reality. It's just what people are saying I'm canceled for.
No, no, you got some alley oops immediately. Me and Nick, first day of your cancellation, said we like
Yeah,
Elijah. Nobody comes out and does that for homies anymore. And we didn't do it because we're just homies like that. But we know how the world works. We know that, shit happens, stuff like that. We know that the feminist cancer is going to totally try and tear apart Elijah. Bro, most people get canceled alone. So, Elijah, you had it good. And here's the truth, bro. You're not that bad of a guy. You don't do people have those kind of mistakes in their lives all the time. It's not the end of the world. And you kind of badass for, like telling your haters, hey, I'm red pill now. You kind of like trolled the shit out of them with that. But when I look at someone who likes the mirror, dude, if Elijah's going through this level of intensity, this is an intense year for him. He's still smiling at the mirror. Elijah likes who he sees in the mirror. Sneako hates the mirror and he's blaming us
I
for it.
agree.
How the fuck is it our fault?
But I agree.
You
I'm
think it's
I'm,
because
I'm
of
saying
when
I
he's white?
agree. I'm saying like, look, bro. People say that I had sex with Sarah Stock when she was married or engaged. She was not married or
you
engaged.
gotta stop. You gotta
No,
stop trolling
no,
us,
no.
bro.
She wasn't married or engaged. Did I or did I have sex with the girl while she was dating a guy? I'm sorry. Every modern woman's dating guys, and there's problems. But here's the deal: yeah, this is and that. It's like, hey, we're a white nation. We're a white country, and that's why I don't like the bullshit of like Estonia, Latvia, Eastern Europe, Western Europe. It's like, hey, we're real people, and we deserve countries, and we deserve our nations, and we are Christian, and we are real. But also, like, astrology is real, numerology is real. All this stuff is real, by the way.
are
It's
you
all
are you
real.
serious right now?
It's all. It's no. It's all real.
Yeah,
It's all real. Listen, listen,
yeah, yeah. And
listen.
flat
It's
Earth.
all real.
Yes.
Okay, it's all real. The reason why sometimes you hear, you know, a stupid fucking astrological bullshit about your birth, that kind of sounds real, but I don't believe it. Yeah, because it is bullshit. Like, in fact. um these like newspaper shits, it is bullshit. They're pulling from the truth. The same reason why you hear some person being like, hey, I am a prophet and I put a new liver in you. Can God put a new organ in you? Yeah, he can. And can you supernaturally supersede reality? Yes, you can. God is real and the Holy Spirit's real and the way you were born is real. Everything's very real. But people are scamming you every day. Half the internet's just scammers just being bullshit. But it's like, hey yo, it's real. But I don't get the Sneako thing because I think he in my opinion, I think Sneako realized he was canceled and he turned on everyone he loved and knew and he just went
No,
around.
no. If you word it like that, that sounds like he had a reason to turn on people, bro. He had no reason. He's just a quarrelsome soul. Do you know why he's quarrelsome? He doesn't know who he is. When Sneeko looks in the mirror, he sees a peanut, like an empty shell of a thing, and it's always a different coating on the outside. This sometimes he paints the peanut red, and he says he's a red pill. So, sometimes he paints it green and says he's an Islamic peanut. And sometimes he paints it all sorts of colors. And now he's a Jewish peanut because he needs his YouTube back. And it's like, bro, end of the day, nigga, you are empty. You are
He's a
empty,
And
dead
shapeshifter.
now he's
inside.
posting pictures of himself like with snakes and shit to look badass, you know?
Wait,
He's a trick.
really? Let me go. I'm at the point where I have to unfollow him because it's getting cringe, bro. It's not even funny anymore. I have to unfollow this guy. Oh, thank God. I've already been
He said
unfollowing you.
I met Andrew Tate and posted a picture of him with a snake. But like does he realize that
Really?
he
Got
is
him.
the snake? Like
Yeah,
the
he's the
mirror
last.
bro.
He doesn't even get that him insulting Tate reminds the world that he's a liar. You know, like, bro, don't don't. It's like what's that quote? If it's raining shells, the only thing you can do is like button down. You know, like put the hatch up and stay in your little tank and take the fucking pouring. You don't come outside and say, actually, I take back everything I say about the Tate brothers. This makes people even more antagonistic towards you. It's like every time, bro. If Zherka is defending Tate, something's wrong. Like I'm defending Tate against Sneako. Isn't that crazy?
Fair,
Zerka,
Isn't that
I
fair,
want your
fair.
crazy?
opinion on something. Do you think he's jealous that Andrew Tate went to jail for being red pill and Sneako didn't?
No, man, no.
He wants to
I
be Malcolm X though, right? So it didn't Malcolm X go to jail a bunch of times? Isn't he trying to like? I feel like his pipe dream would be like, bro, them busting down my doors and sending me to jail. Like he would wait to be perped walk, and he would like slap that as his like icon. I feel like I don't know.
I worry about, dude. Most people go to jail, they get hardened. Sneaker would go to jail and default back to his gay personality trait. That he's
Right,
not gay, but he can play it. He can play it, so he'll be gay in jail
Bobby
type shit. And
Shmurda,
it's like,
Bobby
bro, we
Shmurda.
don't. Sneako's the only incarnation on earth that if he goes to jail, he'll have a gay phase in his life. But if he doesn't, it's just what we can
That's funny.
assume.
Yeah, and I don't want him to go
I
to jail.
swear to
You know
God,
what I mean?
bro. If some of you guys go to jail, you harden up, you stop talking as much, and you stay in fight mode until you get out of jail. If he goes to jail, he has to revert back to his YouTuber friendly gay nature, and it's like it's he has a peanut shell for that as well. He has a peanut shell. Yeah, we gotta add all of them, all the peanut things, make it a whole thing. But yeah, Sneako is and I'm not saying peanut to be racist. It's just tied up that way. I'm saying that he's empty. That's what I'm saying. He's an empty shell, and he's a peanut. He's the worst kind. And
And
he
do you
thinks.
think you didn't talk about him like this, like even give him clout? Because like the point
I
is,
think he's jacking off right now. He loves people
well,
talking. He
yeah,
loves
but
when
like,
people talk shit about him, bro. When he finally got to talk shit about Elijah, you could see he was just waiting to do it. Like
Like
it's
relief. He saw
relief.
relief.
Yeah, it's relief, and Sneako's in that weird place where he has the looks, the money, the whatever. I'm assuming he has money and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, he just cannot get bad bitches. And so he's in that place where he has to cry about it all the time. He can get 5 out of 10s. And then there's someone like Elijah who's getting all the bitches, right? And it's just like, No wonder Sneako's not like relaxed. He's failing his incarnation miserably because, bro, if you're a young, good-looking Chad type and you're not doing young, good-looking guy shit, you always feel like something's missing. But if you're some ugly fuck, it's there's nothing missing, right? And so I'm saying Sneako doesn't have this badass energy he's fulfilling, so he feels like he's evolving the wrong way. And Islam is cucking that the last bit of his Western nature that tells
Yeah,
him to
I
go on
I would say
base.
that Sneeko to evolve, he would go he needs to go to Martin Scorsese route, bro. That's it.
What
Like
you mean? What
video editing, like art in itself, in that side, like doing videos, editing
Yeah,
videos.
like Spike Lee.
Who's
The,
that?
the only
Bob
the
Lee.
only issue is he doesn't have the consciousness. Like if he sat in class, he wouldn't be able to sit still. That's the problem. If
He
you have
should
that
go on Love
problem,
Island. Sneako needs a Love Island appearance.
Yo, that'll be crazy, bro.
yeah, he needs a peanut island. he needs a peanut island experience.
Zerka, when you said that, I immediately thought of Mr. Potato Head, just like taking the different
Yeah,
pieces.
that's exactly what I'm thinking too. But it's interesting to me that how if someone says, "Dude, that guy's a nut," dude, that Zerka guy's a nut, and nut is like the ultimate compliment of what you're trying to do in your life, right? I still think Sneako has that in him. He's an empty nut, but he still can be a nut, like a force of whatever he is. He's always been a force of nature on the internet, but in the last few years, he's been so metallic, so dry, so boring. So he reminds me of like I swear to God, it is more interesting to listen to Lauren Chen talk about politics than it is to hear Sneeko. Like that, isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
A woman can beat him. Like I remember seeing a Sneeko because just because I unfollow Sneeko doesn't mean I don't get the updates clips. I get the updates clips, and I'm like, okay, Sneeko make a funny joke. Oh, he's not making a funny joke. Is he talking politics? I'd rather hear this take from a woman. And I'll scroll under him and click Lauren Chen, and she'll say something that is like more intelligent than Sneeko. And I'm like, whoa, that's a nasty place to be in where a woman can be more intelligent than you in the eyes of a red pill, not a red pill giant, like the prince of red pill. It's like Zerko's supposed to hate women's takes and stuff. And it's like, dude, Sneeko reminds me that women have intelligence about them, right? Because I just compared to Sneeko. I'm like, well, he's empty. Like Lauren Chen looks full when she talks on my timeline, and Sneeko looks empty. Look at Myron's takes. A lot of them he's double downing on. Bro,
He's
isn't that
close.
awesome? Years later, you get to double down because he's being true to himself. I'm not saying he has all the answers, but he's true to his red pill nature. Sneeko has nothing to double down on. He has nothing. It's like if Zerka's first thing Zerka said on the internet was ego is a good thing, and I'm defending it. And now studies are showing that you feed your ego experiences. That's how you become a whole human being on earth. That's the only way to live. Every other way will drive you towards suicide.
No, I
And
agree.
so I get to double down on what I was right about. Imagine being Sneeko. He has nothing. Even if Sneeko doubles down, he doesn't know which shell version of himself he's double downing on. So it doesn't make any sense for him to double down. So he has no center of truth. There's no intensity of truth. Like if Elijah Schaefer doubles down on what he said something
Yeah,
about
all
Trump.
personas
If,
are too
if
different.
Elijah Schaefer says something about Trump in 2016 and he doubles down this year about what he said, he feels a soul continuity of I am speaking the truth. Sneeko has no soul continuity because the color always changes for him. So he's like, what the fuck? I have no sense of truth. Now he's playing I am God and I'm the only one telling the truth.
Yo,
What?
Zerka,
Yeah.
you think fucking Sneeko will ever betray Myron?
Betray Myron, he already did. He platformed
Yeah,
ABBA.
no,
He
he he
platformed
he he
ABBA,
he, he
and
would.
Myron said nothing about it. And I went
Listen,
up to Myron and I said, are you kidding me?
no, but
We got to
Myron,
draw the line
but hey,
here.
hold up. Myron would say nothing. Listen to this. It's like, okay, I'm in a very public federal lawsuit, and I can't say much. I'm on a gag order. I can go to jail if I talk much, so I won't say anything. I'm very federal, very big federal uh, case, and it's been a very big attack on my life this year. It's been coordinated. It's been very nasty. It's been very much at a point where most men would have killed themselves because
Draining.
the things that have been done to me this year have been at levels that I don't think people would understand. Just put it on a very basic point. It's like, there's audios out there of Sarah Stock saying I gave her Benadryl, and she's talking to my brother-in-law. It's my brother-in-law who lived with me, who was my editor in chief, who lived in my house. Right? That's like my brother-in-law.
You
That's
met the
that's that's
Judas.
that's my roommate who lives in my house, who is recording a chick and publicizing it. Like I've been betrayed by people to a point to where I can't even deal with it because it's crazy. But that being said, you know, I've dealt with this, and I believe what I believe, and I'm actually like not far right in a lot of ways in terms of like I am a California conservative. I'm not racist, but I do think that you know it's true. Most blacks are horrible, and not all. There's very cool blacks, but most blacks are pretty horrible people. They'll betray you in a second, and they'll also overshout your movie if you even want to watch it. But at the same time, yeah, it's what's going on, and like then I have a bunch of like right wing guys or incels. I love incels, by the way, support them. But they're like, dude, Elijah's not an incel. He's a degenerate. It's like, well, yeah, I fuck bitches. Sorry. I fuck all the bitches you don't. So welcome to
Nothing
my
wrong with
life.
that.
Welcome to my life. I'm sorry. You don't have sex with women. I don't judge you for that. I think that's like respectable actually. I think if you stay away from women, I actually kind of think that's cool. I actually think you're smarter than me, but I will fuck all the bitches you don't. So here's the deal. It's like you go into this and it's like why not? Why not? Why not? You don't all these guys are incels now? It's more for me. But at the same time, good for me. But at the same time, it's like why are you judging me? Because I'm someone's got to fuck them. But at the same time, like we move into this stuff, and then they talk shit and whatever, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry. Well, they're whores, and someone's got to be hypergamy law. So we move into this, and we're having a good time, and you know, I'm not a liar, and I've never been a liar, and you'll never find a time in society where I ever lied about anybody or anything. Sneako is a fraud at a way that I've never seen in my life. In terms of like somebody who's completely fake and just lying about their life. And people say, "Well, did you fake your Christianity conversion?" Nah, because I was pretty promiscuous before and whatever. I found the Orthodox Church. The Orthodox Church is the way, the truth, and life. I'm studying it. I'm in it, and
Catholic.
and no one can find anything. I'm not a papist, and anyone can find anything. I love Catholics, by the way. So you wouldn't even get me talking shit on Catholics. I just don't think the papacy is the way, but I do understand their devotion, and I'm a very reasonable person, and I'm just here, and I'm also like, guess what? I'm a real nigga. Guess what? I'm interested in orthodoxy, but you know what I like? I like good pussy, and I like fucking bitches. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Am I a weirdo because I fuck bitches? Oh, you do this and you like to drink. Oh, I'm sorry. I like to get drunk sometimes and crack hot fucking 19-year-olds. Well, let me apologize to the fucking moral police. It's like, yeah, I'm working on it, and I'm not perfect, and I haven't figured it out. But also, like, someone's gotta put these hoes in their place. And the thing is, like, they are all hoes, and they are all pretty much useless, and they do deserve to be put in their place. But it's like I'm out here just being real and honest, and people judge me for it. It's like, but I'm honest about it. Like I've never not owned it. I've never not been honest about it. I've never not been like, yeah, you know what? I'll tell you this. If if you also could get good pussy, you would too. And anyone who can will and will do it. So it's not a problem. It's like those of us that can get it will do it, and we should do it. And we're men, and we should work on our salvation with fear and trembling, and like work on it. But it's like also like we're working on it is the key thing. I don't fake my faith. I'm not even confirmed in the Orthodox Church. I'm not baptized. I'm not confirmed. I don't take the Eucharist. I'm not a Christian baptized anything. I just go to church, mass and I go around, or I guess liturgy. I go around, I hang out, and I also agree men should too. But it's like, dude, why are men walking around and being like, yo, this guy can get 19-year-old pussy. He fucking sucks because he can crack bitches. It's like, no, that's why I'm studying. I'm trying to learn how to like control myself. It's like it's a very reasonable thing. It's like, it's hard. Like it's hard when you can crack good bitches a lot. It's hard to figure out why you shouldn't. It's not even like I'm not being moral. It's like
You
why you
got
shouldn't, or
this is my lawyer, guys.
yeah, but like why you shouldn't, or what
That's
matters.
crazy.
It's like I'm trying to like find a morality, and also like, dude, okay,
Find the
so
balance between, yes, enjoying life and, controlling sometimes. I
my
get that.
ex-wife was a mid and whatever, and I have beautiful kids, and she was a mid, and I have beautiful kids, and I love my kids. I'm a very good dad. It's like, dude, look, man, the reason why I'm gonna tell you this right now, I'll end here. The reason why
This
you
is
should
how
never
you
care about the
always think
public, you
about
should
that.
never care about the public is this. Milo Yiannopoulos and people said, oh, he's on drugs, whatever. I should have been on drugs. I wasn't. I took a 12 to 14 month drug test where they cut my nails down to the blood in my fingers. It was really horrible, and they tested my skin cells and everything. I agreed to it. I go, I'll take a drug test. I've used drugs when I was a teenager, when I was a young adult, whatever. I don't do it now. When I had kids, and I go, yeah, I'll take a drug test. I'll take the most extensive criminal drug test possible. And I took it, and guess what it showed? Zero drugs. It's a public record. Anyone can look this up. It's zero record. I never did drugs, but yet everyone on the internet's like, you're on drugs, you're this. My point, fuck everyone on the internet. Who cares what they say? Who cares what they say you do? Who cares who they think you are? Who cares what people on the internet shit talk about you? Dude, if you're a Chad and you get bitches, your girl's leaving you regardless. Your girl's leaving you regardless. My wife, listen to this. People talk shit on me like, oh, you got divorced, this and that. My wife was a virgin, never kissed a guy before me, and we didn't have sex till our wedding night. We never even did. And I married a virgin, and I did that. Did it work? Nope. Because that's not what makes a marriage work. And so all this talk about girls being whores, all this shit on the internet, it's all useless. Be a Chad, exert your dominance, attract women, fuck them, live with them. You live in a modern world now, and stop pretending like because you're fat, ugly, poor, and short that hypergamy is a net negative because you can't get women. You can't get women because you can't get women because you just aren't competing.
And
And it's like that.
it's like a lion turning around and saying, "Guys, there's too much competition." Like, shut the fuck up,
Yeah, there's no
fucking beta
competition. There's
male.
no competition. I'm saying this, and then I have friends like, oh, you're promoting degeneracy. No, I'm not. Women suck, and hypergamy is gay, and and I agree. Women not being faithful is horrible, and also I wish we could all marry a girl named Mary Sue and just live our lives. But like at the same time, it's like, dude,
Enjoy the
the
Were
squad.
world's
were you
different. The
Elijah?
world's different.
Were you? And not to like pry, but were you
No.
extremely happy with that your
Well,
ex-wife?
that's a good question. I'll say this to because I'm still in custody and divorce court. Is this? I thought that was what mattered, and I'll tell you this. This is a crazy statement. It does not matter if you're with a atheist girl, a Mormon girl, a Protestant girl, a Catholic girl, Orthodox girl. All girls are impressionable. They will all form to you, and when they don't want to be with you, they don't want to be with you, and they will trade you in, or divorce you, or ruin your life. All women are the same. Their character is the exact same, regardless of their religion, sexuality. I've been with girls that have 85 body count, and I married a virgin. And
Yeah.
very few guys, sometimes like, fuck every guy. How many of you have married a virgin? I did. So they have not married a virgin, and they don't know what it's like, and it fixes nothing. And I hate to black pill everyone, but it does nothing. A
We
Christian
are,
virgin does nothing for you. It will never fix your relationship, and it means nothing. So
yeah,
I mean
well,
that
we
genuinely.
we on Zerka's side, we already
Yeah,
understand.
I said that a long time ago. I'm like, You know, let's say she's the virgin and she can still walk out on you, right? No, Elijah's extremely based, and
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know the
honest, Zherka. You and I are honest, by the way. I use
yeah,
Zherka all the time in private conversations. I won't. I'll talk to you later, Zherka. Maybe tomorrow, or
yeah,
the next day. Some people that we're mutually friends with that I was in private conversations with who are talking shit on me publicly right now that I don't. I actually refuse to do that to people that don't do it first. I have rules of parlay, but I go, dude. You know what? So what if you're based? I go. You've never dated a girl. You've never been around women. You have no idea what you're talking about. I go. I I go, so people know, I didn't have sex. I didn't drink, smoke, or have sex for years before my wife, and I dated her, and I did not have sex with her until our wedding night, and I did not. We kissed a little bit, and I go, we were very good Christians. I have 3 degrees. In whatever. I have 3 degrees, but I have a degree in theology. I used to be a youth director at a church, and people say, "How are you like this now?" It's like, well, because I realized it was a lie. I did the whole thing, and I had a good girl. And guess what, guys? I'm gonna tell you this right now. Women's nature is women's nature, and there's no deceiving that, and you cannot get out of that. And there's no your woman could be a virgin. That's why I hate to blackpill people. Like your woman could be a virgin and never kissed you, and and we didn't, and we were very good, and we could have existed, but before Love Island existed, before her Jewish best friend existed, before her friend who practiced Kabbalah existed. It's like, hey, I happen to marry a girl who was into Kabbalah and astrology and things, and it's like that doesn't you're not exempt. And it's like I don't mean the black people. It's like I had a virgin, never kissed. By the way, never held a guy's hand. Raised on missionaries in a foreign country in Africa. My wife's African. She's white, by the way, and
easy
African,
there.
whatever. And no, I'm saying she's African in terms of like raised in a foreign country, Tanzania, Uganda, and it's like no, that doesn't protect you. And I've dated non-Christians. Like I just had a recent girlfriend. I won't say anything about her because I don't talk about girls publicly, and I won't even say much. But it's like people were calling her a mud shark and whatever. She wasn't, and that's not even true. But I go, but it didn't end properly because she's a female. So it doesn't matter what people want to say. Oh, she's a virgin, that's good, or she's not a virgin, or she's a whore, or whatever this. What matters is this. I'm gonna tell you this right now. All that matters is if you have money and manipulation tactics, you can keep her around as long as you can keep her. And other than that, if you ever think that a girl's gonna be around for life, I'm gonna tell you this: you have a pathetic woman. The woman that is around for life is a pathetic loser, and she doesn't even know what she can get. The moment a woman gets any fascination from any man, any outside thing, do you know that there was a thing done on CNBC last week? Do you know of top 10 women's highest fantasies? 68%, by the way, of married women, not random women, so you can't even talk shit on this. 68% of married women found that the one of the hottest things was having sex with a man who's not them, who has better looks, money, or something materially more than their man. Let's just round that up to 70%. 7 out of 10 women just want to fuck someone else than you if they have something more than you. And once you realize how women's nature is, you just don't get hurt anymore. You don't get hurt anymore.
It's a fucking snake, bro. So she wants to revenge you, take vengeance on you. No, she want to be pity, right? Because she wants a better
Why
man
would
than
you
you.
interrupt Elijah? What's the matter with you? Like,
No,
Facts,
I'm
facts.
saying
My
this is
bad.
evil. Wait, this is evil. Women are evil. And I'm actually telling you, women are evil. And it's not even a red pill thing. It's like, this is evil. I'm actually not being degenerate. I have some friends accusing me of being degenerate. I go, when I say I'm slut pilled, this is not a degenerate idea. This is not I don't I don't think this is good. I actually am could be black pilled on it. When I say this be slut pilled, it's like these people are pretty evil. And when you realize that women like the world, like this. I once dated a girl, and she was very hot, and you know, everyone here would think she was at least a 9, maybe 8.5, but we'll just say 8.5 to be nice, but objectively top tier. She told me, she goes, the reason why all women are whores is because we don't get married at 14. And I go, okay, what do you mean by that? She goes, well, like, if I was 16, she goes, I didn't have sex till I was 18. I go, I know you didn't. And most girls don't have sex by the time they're 17 or 18. It's a lie about the high school sex. Most girls don't have sex till they're 17 or 18. So they go to ASU. But she goes, why, like, we don't, like, I didn't have sex. Like, if I got married at 16, I would never had sex with anyone, my husband. I go, yeah, that's why they pushed the age of consent and marriage and everything. Because, like, honestly, if you really want a hot girl who's beautiful, you'd have to marry her at a age that's probably not legal, and that's objectively true.
Whoa, where are you
But
going with
but
this one?
no, it's 17 in Texas. It's fine. I'm in Texas. 17. But they don't marry at 17. They don't marry at 18 either. By the way, girls don't even want you to marry 18, 19, 20. So girls want you to marry at the average age of marriage is 30 right now, 31, I think it is. So girls want you to marry at 31. And it's like by 31, a girl will have minimum 21 bodies, 25 bodies. But on a realistic scale, she's lying to you because girls lie to you. They don't count fingering and blowjobs as bodies. So they'll have 45 to 60 bodies, and they count that as 10, 8. And girls don't count making out and guys grabbing their ass and fingering their buttholes, whatever. They don't count any of that. Girls just write that off. They just count full penetration, full shaft. And I'm saying, hey, um, girls today are not getting married young. So whether like, by the way, most of America is 16, half of America is 17, and then a few states are 18. In Australia it's 16, and New Zealand and whatever. But I go, but it doesn't matter what your age of consent. I think Mexico's 14. I don't care what the state is and what your age of consent is. It's like these girls. I'm a Californian, so I just go by 18 because that's kind of my mentality. I'm like an 18-year-old and up kind of guy because I'm from California, so I just deal with that. Um, but you cannot you cannot expect girls
By
to
the way,
be
Elijah, not to
natural.
cut you off, but that is the norm. That's a healthy psyche. If you go by the age of your county, let's say, because that is the group you incarnate into, and so if the group has a certain like boundary, then you should be respecting that group's boundary because you guys are evolving together. So, for some people it's 18, 19, whatever the fuck. But yeah, that's I guess because a lot of people say, no, mine's 18. And I'm like, why is it 18? It's like it's from where you're from. That's where it's from.
Yeah, it's a good.
Look, man, I'm talking about women, but like I was 14 personally. I was one of the kids locking a teacher at the time, and that's why I don't think they're predators. Like I could have done it at myself. I could teacher at 14, so at 14. So I don't know anyone else's, but mine worked. And it just is what it is. And I'm not for arguing anything but 18 myself. I don't argue anything but 18. I'm just saying, like, I don't think I had a black English teacher who was kind of a predator for the kids, and I don't think I was a victim. So I just like look at whatever it is, and that's whatever it is. But all I'm saying is this is I'm done talking to people about what appeals to the right wing or the far right or the left or whatever. I'm down to the reality. It's like, dude, no nigga is 16-year-old guy, and no 16-year-old guy as teacher, right? It doesn't happen. It's not happening. It's wrong. It's abuse of power, and it's actually should be fireable and not very good. But at the same time, it's like we have to be very honest with ourselves and with people of like, hey bro, like what's gonna win our country over is just basically my opinion is this. It's men being men and women being women. That's it. That's the whole thing. So be a man or be a woman, and run the game as a man or a woman. And I don't care. And I think people like Sneako are being dishonest with we need to become Muslim and shit. We don't need that. We need just men to be men, women to be women, and just
Support Sneako.
agreed. I'll leave it there.
Elijah, before you go, do you know who Tom Sandoval is?
No, who was that?
No, he's just this reality show guy. You kind of remind me of him.
Well, I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm telling you this is the truth about, like, dude, everybody knows this right now, and I'll say this right now. I have no apologies. The age of consent argument is bad. Like, I don't even like that. I would never argue lower than 18. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's I'm from California. I would say this. I'm from California. I don't think we should argue lower than 18. Cuz it's important, it's good. But it's like, you know when you were young or when things happened or whatever. We all had weird teachers and weird people. And you just know whether it was weird or not. But at the same time, you're saying like, oh, that's kind of crazy. You're saying like, hey, some people are like sitting around here and like, not weirded out by their teachers. Look, dude, the way that you have to live life is this. Um, Age of consent, if you're a public figure or private, just go with 18. That's correct. That's the right position. That's the right place to take, because it is a good age, and it is a good place to have a final statement. Like, you know, people are not really developed till they're a bit older than they are, and I think that's a very good. I think it's a very good place to take. Do not do not argue anything, and we shouldn't if you're under 18. And I'm from California, and I think it's a very good place to take. However, it's like, hey man, if you're from Mexico, whatever, you're from Alabama, and you have a different opinion, then have your opinion. That's cool. I'll respect that. But as a Californian or a New Yorkan or a Floridian, I'll just keep that. And I think people get really tied up on like the well, sometimes you could be 16, you could, like a teacher, or sometimes you could be this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is this. Matters is this. What matters is this. Is as a political commentator or like a factual person, you know, don't argue that stuff. That's stupid. That's like arguing whether Nazis were good or bad people. That's a stupid argument. Or like whether you argue like, hey, whether you can drink on a 0.28% or a 0.08% or a 0.14%. It's just like, let's just agree to disagree that, like, hey, look, only adults should be engaged in sexuality, but also there's more important arguments out there in this right now. Like, there's more important arguments, and the fact that, I don't know, Indians shouldn't exist in our countries. How about that? Indians shouldn't be
Facts.
allowed to exist. How about this? Um, we should ban kratom from public sale. That's a real problem. That's a real problem. And also on top of that, I think ultimately, like, Muslims should not be allowed agency in our countries. So I'll leave it there. That's my final statement. I just think Muslims should not be allowed in our countries,
Dude,
and
I
I
gotta get
don't
a
think
house with this guy. Like Elijah says everything. It's like, how did you grew up in California, somewhere very far from me, and it's like, wow, we have all the. It's like, Elijah, you would make the America I want, because the other guys I support, it gets too moral. We need some hoes down here, right?
Some
we need
real
some hoes.
ones.
Zherka, let's get some hoes up in
Yeah.
2028. But let's have a good time. I gotta go in a second, but also, Zherka, two things real fast. Number one, Zherka is actually he's a kingmaker, so he shout out Zerka for supporting Nick Fuentes in everything he does, and realizing that, you know Nick, like all men, is not a perfect human being,
Yeah.
and we all make mistakes. We all say stupid shit, and we all have issues. Like the Tates or anybody, whatever. I know Zerka doesn't like the Tates, but Zerka does know that Nick ultimately. I'm telling everyone here, Nick is correct. and countering Nick is a bad idea. Number two, shout out to Zherka for hosting spaces and knowing that you actually have you do have to respect women and love women and talk well of them, but you also need to realize they have no value.
Oh,
Uh, both is
in
true at the
fact,
same time, and we want to know value, but they're also very respectable. We love them and we want to support them. I appreciate you both, and I'll say this. Lastly, Sneako, good night. Good night, Sneako. You're
What the fuck?
good night.
What is that's cryptic? What does that mean? What does that mean?
He's around, bro.
That's really cryptic, you
Good
know.
night.
To me, it's interesting. You know that you remember in high school, there's always like a certain friend everyone is cool with, and not because he's like afraid to say his opinion, but yeah, everyone just likes the guy. That's who Elijah is. If Elijah don't like someone, you know that person is being a piece. I'm not saying he is a piece of shit. He's being a piece of shit, bro. If Elijah and Elijah's such a nice guy, he apologized to Sneako for telling him the truth. He said he apologized to Sneako for saying, "Hey, I'm sorry for calling you a cheating piece of shit because you're a cheating piece of shit." It's like, dude, you don't have to apologize for that. No, but I publicly did it because Elijah's, he's just, at the highest level. When I talk about the highest level of whiteness on earth, that's what I mean. Like he wants to go to bed after the apology. Whereas a lot of, more immigrant class people, especially me, I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm not apologizing. But it is the right thing to do is like get it off your chest center. Hey, Sneako, everything I said about you is true, but I'm sorry for airing it out on air, even though you snaked my whole project. I lost a lot of money. And dude, he gets snaked and financially damaged by Sneako and apologizes to Sneako because he's just a good guy. He's a good guy that fucked up. And if you ever want to call Elijah a piece of shit, he belongs in the category of the Donald Trumps and everyone else you have forgave for cheating on their wives. That's a lot of people. You look up to a lot of people that you forgave. Everyone forgives Trump for cheating on his wife because Trump is going outside of himself. He's going out into the world. That's what Elijah's going to do. He's going to build an awesome podcast. He's going to go outside of himself and people are going to shut the fuck up. That's how it works, right? And he's right to signal that Nick is the Christ impulse. Don't ever say Elijah or Zherka or these people are the Christ impulse. No, Nick is holding it down. He is our umbrella, is how you should see it. If you ever want to see a cuck nature, as someone who says, "No, I want to be the leader," like Dan Bilzerian, like Sneako, like Andrew Tate. No, dude, if you want to be the leader, you are not a man. Okay, I want to be the leader for the sake of being the leader. Shut the fuck up and hold up the umbrella. You hold up Nick and shut the fuck up and do your job, right?
facts.
Fair enough. By the way, Zircum. By the way, I'll say two things real fast. Number one, Zirka's legit, and genuinely,
Blaze,
no,
Blaze.
I genuinely,
Squeeze me. We know you're
I will
straight,
squeeze
so
you.
just squeeze me.
I genuinely know Zirka. Zirka is the only guy I know who gets pussy hotter than me and bitches hotter than me. That
Oh shit.
like, dude, like easily hotter. And I've cracked every girl you wish you could marry and die with. I've already cracked her, and yet he's still done better. And so I cannot stress enough. To, it's like, dude, he's not even a boastful guy about it. It's like the the girls he's cracked, or like even just who wants to crack him that he won't crack. It's like, jeez, dude, I teach me, please, because it's actually stressful because I don't know how.
Well, I have a theory you've cracked more than me because you started at 14, so you must have like the craziest body count ever.
That's in Mexico, but at the same time, that's that's. But at the same time, but no, I'm always pleased to watch. Every advice you give is good. I'm telling people this right now. I'm slightly older than Zerka, I believe, but maybe not. I don't know. But I have listened to his advice and I've been following it, and it has left me with a very quality output of life experiences that you should all listen to. But two, I'll leave you on this. He's a very, very, I should say this.
it's very hard to accept a lot of things he says if you're new to this field, and it's very hard to accept his advice because it is fucked up and it does sound really wrong, and it used to sound wrong to me too, but um if what you want is results, I would listen now. And then when you listen, you'd go, oh, that was worth listening before. So listen to him because he does know what he's talking about, and he's has a full vocabulary. But also, thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.
Hey
Later, buddy.
man, we love you, Elijah. We even love you, even though you promote people like Chad Champion. We all make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Like all these cucks around, but they go on Elijah's show because he's Mr. Clarity, man. If you want the news, you go to Elijah. He's clear, he's concise, and he says my bad if he gets something wrong, which is awesome. Then there's guys like me and Nick who it takes us a few weeks to say my bad because we're too pissed that we got it wrong. If we ever like Nick gets one thing wrong every 10 years, even Joe Rogan, right? He's good at his craft, right? But why we like Joe Rogan is he'll admit when he's wrong, right? And for me, I'm a little stubborn, a couple of weeks, right? Sneako, I think, never admits when he's in the wrong. And we have to start judging people on the how do you want to shape your soul today? Because how you do it today is how you're going to do it for hundreds of days. So today matters most. And I'm telling you guys right now, you can watch Sneako, but you don't become Sneako. But how do you watch someone and not become like them? It's impossible. Did you know that? Because you're generating thought forms as I'm speaking, right? And that's why I always say, you gotta check the thought forms you generate when a human being's speaking. Because if they're the wrong thought forms, they bleed out, they damage you, and then you say, "My life sucks. I don't know what's going on." And it's like, dude, you're in a constant state of a living organism. Like you are producing thought forms. Make sure make sure things line up to what you're trying to do in the world, and you know don't confuse yourself. Like if your gut says that Sneeko is exercising some demons, let him exercise them. Don't join him in that, wherever he in that descent he's going into, right? And Sneeko's a peanut, right?
Yeah, no
Yep.
peanut thought forms here.
I thought of that. Yeah, that's great. That's brilliant.
Yo, Zerka, we need you on FNF, bro. That shit's fucking hilarious when you're there.
I love you guys so much. It's just in a weird way. It's also like I have a rule: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hey, if you go broke, you have to go back on all the podcasts. If you're making a shit ton of money, just wait till things slow down. So I said in a couple months, and it's been years, and I'm like, I I've transcended podcasting. I will be doing a podcast run. It's just let me enjoy this summer because this is the best summer I've ever had in my life. When all you pick up all the pieces. This is the first time I'm picking up all the pieces because for me, fun is destroying my life. So this is the first time like I could easily just die right now, and I've accomplished a lot. But I'm telling you right now, man, we'll be back. Like as soon as it starts raining and it's rain season, we got to do a podcast run and shit like that. But I'm telling you right now, man, thezerkaofficial.com. You don't want to miss what. Ask Alex. What's the content like right now? It's ripe. It's in season, bro.
Bruh, you cannot fathom what you can evolve within a couple calls, bro. Yeah, I'm not joking. I'm all the time making my own notes when Zerk is doing his lectures. He likes to call like calls, but those are
Mm,
lectures, actually
yeah.
lectures that you can
Yeah.
learn about yourself, right?
And how many of those hours is me just getting into an intro? It's a lot of quality, right? It's not just, hey guys, what's up?
And Zerka is there engaging with you. Not it's not like a space. You can engage typing in the
Yeah.
chat.
Well, let's
It's
be fair. Sometimes I don't engage if the question's stupid. A lot of people think I'll just answer anything. It's like I will go on my rants, but man, they're powerful, and you don't want to miss July season, bro. July season of what I got out. You don't want to miss that. And I'm telling you guys right now, thezerkaofficial.com, 7-hour lectures. I think 6 of them in a row. I don't know how many. Alex is in there. We're gonna get more you guys in there. Don't worry. And we've got coupons for you guys. But I'm telling you right now. I don't usually promote, but when I do, it's like I'm cooking. And I'm telling you right now, it's everything I talk about when you're 40 years old, it's going to matter. When you're 70 years old, it's going to matter. The last gate of death seconds of your life you're going to think of what we talk about. So we cover it all. And I try not to get lost in too much cosmic thought, but I try and make sure your earthly is good, your money, your modern world is good first. That way we can go to more cosmic thinking. But I'm telling you guys right now, man, remember, if you're ever unsure of what Zerka's philosophy is Zerka's philosophy is whatever Sneako does, do the opposite.
Facts.
Hey, what's this with Riyadh? Riyadh just called him left wing, and he started like totally flipping out. Like he is left wing, just own it. You know,
Dude,
a lot of guys, see, a lot of my haters have said, yeah, you could call Zerka red pill, but he's actually left wing because Zerka's a progressive who believes in peptides and all the evolution of. I am a progressive. I own up to it. I want humanity to progress forward. I don't like boomers and the way they talk. I think boomers are pathetic. I've always thought boomers are pathetic because just seems like they got lost in the coffee and cigarette talk for too long. They didn't go anywhere. And so when people call me left wing for, oh, he's a progressive for science and stuff, I am. I own up to why can't Sneako own up to the fact that he's a left leaning peanut?
that should hit him hard. That should hit him hard too.
I'd love to hear those words come out of his mouth.
Yeah, I think if he owned up to it, he would immediately start healing. Like if he said, "I am left wing. I'm an artist. I'm Hollywood." It's like, yeah, okay, that's fine, bro.
Thanks.
Who do the left wing is not a bad word, even though we're using it to call him. It's not a bad word. And dude, there's plenty things, bro. There's parts of my nature that try and put me in prison. I have to keep that always under control. No matter at the mastery I go to in my life, it'll always be there where that tension, that energy is like, let's do something crazy. Yeah, you're little, you could be doing other things. You could be a billionaire right now. Let's go to prison. Sneako has that underlying threshold energy of let's do something where we beef everyone. It's like you're not beefing everyone, you're losing to everyone. You're losing.
Facts, bro. Oh, Pearl's here. But facts.
And most importantly, within Zerka lectures, you should
What
not
up,
always
Zerka?
observe everything like it's a Buddha, right? Test the knowledge within your life, and you're gonna see the fruits that you can reap from the ground. That's it.
Yo, W Pearl. Pearl, you ducked my podcast, so what the fuck?
That's crazy.
What
That's
up, Zerka?
crazy.
I just didn't feel like doing it.
No, that's fair. That's valid. I saw you had Clav on. Good shit. You're doing your thing.
Thanks. Um, Zerka, what's going on?
You're
What's
just
the
talking
beef?
about
I don't.
Sneako and
I actually have not followed any of the beef with him recently. Like, why is everyone? Can you catch me up?
I have no idea why everyone hates the guy, but I think I know because I spent a lot of time around him. So my character analysis is that he's not a good person, which is unfortunate to admit, because I was around that a lot. But it is what it is, and you get numb to it in this industry. Oh, a lot of bad people you have to collab with, pretty much like bad people are everywhere. And so it's like whatever, we all bite the bullet. We're in the industry. We do that. We
Really?
hang
What
out.
do you do that
We,
was? What do you do that was so bad?
I
I
think
didn't
when
really.
he goes against it's not when a human goes against the truth, that's pretty average. He goes against his truth, which is terrifying. He defends Tate for years, and now he's calling, and it's just like we're seeing him
Oh, really?
deteriorate. He's deteriorating. It's like,
Really?
bro,
He switched on that? Oh, I didn't know that.
he's
I don't really
switched.
watch his content, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm
Good.
I'm
Good.
telling you right now, his bones look soft, like he looks like he can be spent into any which way, and it's the worst we've ever seen him. And he's doubling down, which is, he learned that from me. He's like, this is, dude, we're telling you out of love. It's not time to double down right now. It's time to look in the mirror and see that you're an empty peanut, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I was a little surprised because he was talking shit about me today, which I mean, I don't really
What, you
care,
too?
but
Oh
yeah.
my
Well, I
god.
was just surprised. I just
That's
saw it on Twitter.
110. 110
No, I
right
was
there.
just a little surprised. I'm like, do we have beef? I didn't even know.
Oh my
He has
But
like
I
god.
no
didn't really.
friends apparently.
He wants to
Well,
burn
I
all
don't. I'm not
bridges.
trying to. I'm not trying to pile on. I don't really have a problem with him. I was just a little surprised. I'm like, oh, well, I guess he's going.
Jeez.
Yeah, he can't help himself. He
Like, what
really
did
truly
Pearl do?
can't.
Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much. The internet's the internet. You know what I mean? So I don't take it too personally.
Yeah,
I
he
think he just wants
genuinely
to be the
can't help
villain.
himself.
He just
Listen,
wants to be the villain. That's it.
When a man listen, when a man doesn't have money, a romantic interest, or an adventure, he is in trouble. And it seems like Sneako is lacking those things. You know,
Yeah.
usually if you lack one of them, you go crazy, but he's lacking all of them.
Oh shit. It's cooked.
What would you how would you cure Sneako? Like throw a falafel at him? Like there's no cure.
Well, I guess what's he doing that's so bad? It's not like he's committing a crime or something,
Well,
right? He's
he
just
has
what talking shit.
he has no friends left, and he's not like me. He loves to have friends. So for him, it's a
I
horrible
see.
thing.
Bro, what are you talking about? He has Jake Shields and Dan Bilzerian, bro. He's got so many friends.
Dan Kazarian.
Yeah.
I could just imagine Sneeko sucking up to Dan, but like it must be the most awkward relationship ever. It's like Sneeko has this thing where he always has to have an idol around. He's an idol worshiper. He always has to, oh, it's Dan Bilzerian. Now it's Nick Fuentes. Now maybe if I wear a suit like Nick,
Then feeding milk with this guy no to Sneako.
it is you can't I remember making fun of Sneeko and snapping him out of a lot of stupid shit he used to say. That's when I realized he loves to laugh to himself.
Yeah.
But why? But pick up on that psychologically. He felt relief when talked bad about Elijah, right? But where does it come from? Does he like to be like the villain? Not the villain. Like
Yeah.
he wants to be in the
Yeah.
moral high ground. Is that it?
It
Like
is it's a relevancy thing because you can see a lot of creators who their faces don't change when their viewer counts go down. Their voices have the same depth, weight, and tone. And then look at Sneeko when his viewer count goes down. His voice does change. Something starts to panic. It's very um guys, I'm fading into
worrying.
the background. You have to notice me. And it's like it's
He's
very
super
sad.
emotional too. If you notice lately, he's like crazy emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wish him luck with all of that.
What does that mean?
Like, I hope he figures it out. So,
Pearl is so nice. Oh my god.
no, do you know what? I was just a little surprised because
He hates on Pearl. He hates on Pearl big time.
no, he's kind of done it for a while, and I was like, I don't know why, because I've always been really nice to him. Like, I really have
He
never done anything to him.
he's
The
never
reason
talked
why is
shit.
because you're a female speaking about masculinity. All these beefs
That's
that he's
why.
getting
Yeah.
into aren't necessarily like with the opponent. It's more to signal to the audience. It's a coordination strategy so we can form alliances to push Islam. That's pretty much all it is at this point. Because it really is all about shock and awe. Zerka, you've been
That's
talking
facts.
about inexhaustibility, how when you reduce something into a category like Sneako being a gamer, Sneako being red pill, Sneako this and that, he's having to fucking reinvent himself in order to have that mysterious element which is all about surprisal. This is why he comes on and he starts beef and he's all about shock and awe to keep attention. So it's kind of ingenious because he's effective at it. I think that he is living a meaningful life. Of course, he's lost in the sauce to some extent, but he's having things his way. There's a lot of incels on this stage tonight making fun of a fucking millionaire that's following his dreams and developing and doing meaningful shit. Now, Sneeko obviously needs to reorient himself back towards authenticity. He doesn't know who he is because this is a recursive feedback loop. As he spazzes out and rage baits on Pearl and he sees the attention spike, he's more incentivized to do this type of shit.
Exactly.
And then he loses himself. Now, this is hyper real version of Sneeko. Over time, he's been disconnected from the authentic version of him that began, when he started making content as a child. He needs to find himself, which is getting back to making art. He's a hell of an artist. He's not a good politician. He's not a good religious figure. He's not going to proselytize anyone because he doesn't stand on anything. It is what it is.